If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history. My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family. There's no family.
There's no family like my family.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not gonna have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
And we are live from McKeon Park, the site of round one of the Cape Cod Baseball League Championship. I'm Drake Toll alongside Zach Berman and Austin Cotuit in the Tim Elstrom broadcast booth as your 3-seed Hyannis Harbor Hawks meet their arch rivals, the 2-seed Cotuit Kettleers. Austin, after a blowout win last night, the slate is clean for both of these teams, but the Harbor Hawks are now just one win away from their first playoff series victory since 2015.
Well, it was huge for the Hawks to set the tone for the series last night in Cotuit, go into Lowell Park and come away with a 9-4 victory. The Hawks out-hit the Kettleers and they outplayed them defensively. 4 errors for Cotuit, but the Hawks can't be content coming into today's game. This is a very good Cotuit team who's done it all season long, so it's important to carry the momentum, but still respect your rivals in the Cotuit Kettleers.
Zach, a huge part of that, a home run by Nolan Shonowell and Zach Volker pitching an absolute gem. The offense, the defense, everything clicked yesterday.
We saw a team that really played yesterday at the height of their powers, and we've been wondering the last couple days, where is this Harbor Hawk team that had the ability in the middle of the season to blow teams out? But I think the Harbor Hawks are going to get a different Kettleers team tonight with their backs against the wall, desperate to stay alive. It's only a 3-game series, so a loss tonight and it completely shifts, but the Harbor Hawks got to be opportunistic and take care of business at home tonight.
Absolutely. Well, we've recapped last night and the 9-4 win for the Harbor Hawks. Here's what Zach Volker and Nolan Shonowell had to say after the big victory on the road.
The first Hawks playoff win since 2015 calls for 2 players of the game. I'm here with Zach Volker of Iowa and Nolan Shonowell of FAU. Zach, tonight you shoved 5 2/3 innings with 7 Ks. How are you feeling on the mound?
Pretty good. Just trying to work 4 pitches for strikes and get ahead of hitters.
Now, that second inning was electric. So much going on, especially with Riku Nishida doing something that you normally don't see, stealing home. What was the energy like in the dugout when that happened?
It was absolutely electric, especially running down third base line, and he's yelling at Pancho, "Don't swing, don't swing." We lost it. You know, he's just an energy builder. It was amazing.
Now, Zach, this was your last night in a Harbor Hawks uniform. Tomorrow you're leaving the Cape. What will you take away from this experience?
Learned a lot playing up here with a lot of good competition, and I mean, I'll miss all the guys, and hopefully they can bring home the championship.
Nolan, you're one of those guys that will continue playing for that. What do you guys need to do tomorrow at McKeon Park to secure this series?
We just got to bring the energy. We have Mags on the mound tomorrow, so he's definitely going to bring his best stuff. We just got to hit like we did today and just keep it going.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm Bria Losick, Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Well, thank you to both Zach Volker and Nolan Shonowell for speaking with our own Bria Losick. And Austin, there were awards pregame today. Riku Nishida was another big part of that win last night. He received the 10th Man of the Year across the Cape Cod Baseball League. Also for the Harbor Hawks, Jordy Allard is the best player on Cape Cod from the Northeast, and then your own Eric Beattie is Manager of the Year. Just a great 24 hours for these Harbor Hawks.
It's been big for these guys, and I think all three of those awards were deserved by the three. You have Eric Beattie, a first-year manager, coming in and navigating his way through the schedule and bringing his team to the playoffs, first time since 2018. Then you have Riku Nishida, the life of the dugout at times, and of course you have Jordy Allard, who's been spectacular out of the bullpen, to a 4-0 record with an ERA under 1. Those three win their league awards. The Hawks doing their team awards right now, and it's all come together nicely for this squad throughout the season.
Zach, Riku Nishida has been beyond special for this Harbor Hawks team. We remarked earlier in the year, if the guy goes out, bats .225 with a .350 OBP, he does his job, but now he leads the league in stolen bases, bats near .300, his OBP is through the roof, top 10 in the league in almost every offensive category. When it comes to getting on base, he's been electric.
This guy is an electric factory. There's really no way to get around it, and just the impact he has on the team. He is the lifeblood of that dugout. The guys love him. He's such a joy to watch, a joy to broadcast. How often do you get to call a straight steal a home in the playoffs?
Yeah, well, Riku Nishida gives you the opportunity. He did it in the spring, too, he told me pregame, so nothing rare for that guy. And tell you this, Zach, Riku caught up with our own Bria Losick pregame, and it was something.
Back at McKeon Park alongside Riku Nishida from Mount Hood Community College and soon to be an Oregon Duck. Riku, last night the Hawks captured their first playoff win since August 7th of 2015. What was it like being a part of that?
That was awesome. Yeah, we need to win today's game. I need a day off tomorrow.
A big part of that win last night and the playoff run in general has been manager Eric Beattie in his first year. What's it like been learning from him?
Learning from him? Everything, like other than baseball too. Like, yeah, everything.
He gave you the green light to steal home last night, as if it wasn't enough that you're already leading the league in stolen bases. What was it like heading home and stealing that base?
I didn't think anything. Yeah, I just ran, so yeah.
Now, last night was your first playoff game ever with the Hawks, and now we're back home at McKeon Park, expecting a huge crowd tonight for a rivalry game. What are you expecting, and how is the playoff atmosphere?
Yeah, I think we're gonna win, because our starter is Mark Cotto today, and then Nolan, he can hit home run too today, so we might win, yeah.
Thank you so much, Riku. I'm Bria Losick, Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Riku Nishida, never a dull moment, and again, the 10th player of the year in the Cape Cod Baseball League, typically given to the most electric guy, and he has been no short of that. Austin, him the catalyst yesterday for the offense, batting in the leadoff. That's something new for the Harbor Hawks.
They haven't had him in the leadoff spot most of the year. He was there in opening day, stayed there for a couple of games, and at the end of the year, they put him back in that spot. And what you get with Riku is elite contact and elite speed. He's not a power threat, not really an extra base hit guy, but somebody who's going to get on base at least once a game. And once he's on, he terrorizes you on the base pass. And he was batting 9 for a bit to set the table for the top of the order. But when he's in the top of the order, is there anybody better to lead off a ball game than Riku Nishida?
Nishida obviously coming along. We talked about the offense, and today when it comes to the defense and the guy on the bump, Zach, you've got to feel comfortable. And Magdal Cotto, the hardest throwing lefty in college baseball, is your starter, the West starter in the All-Star game. He's going to give the Cotuit Kettleers all they can handle.
Well, something new for Cotuit. They have not seen Magdal Cotto yet this season. Cotto has appeared in what? 5 million games against Wareham this season, but he has not seen the Kettleers, and Cotuit might be in for a treat. They haven't seen a guy, a left-hander, that can get up to the high 90s. And, you know, he's excited. He's going to have a packed house to pitch to tonight, so expecting good things and really the status quo from Cotto.
On the other side, it's Harrison Cohen, and Zach, he's somebody that the Harbor Hawks have seen before.
Well, you know, we just talked about Riku Nishida, not a guy that gets extra base hits unless he hits off of Harrison Cohen, where he had one of his 2 doubles this year. Cohen, a righty out of George Washington and Syosset, New York. Guy at the Harbor Hawks have seen 3 times, 2 starts, 1 relief appearance, and the last 2 times they saw him, they hit off of him.
That was a big point of conversation today with Coach Eric Beattie in the Dugout Show. Not just Coach Eric Beattie, but League Manager of the Year Eric Beattie. We'll take you there now. Drake Toll here alongside Coach Eric Beattie in the Dugout Show. Coach, yesterday's game, you guys went out there and won.
Yeah, we did win. It was a great win.
How did you do that?
We scored more than they did. We got some big clutch hits in the first inning and the second inning. Riku stole home. Lots of excitement yesterday.
Riku stole home. Was that you or was that Riku?
It was a collective effort. He asked, I gave him the green light, and he went.
Speaking of green lights, you gave Zach Volker the green light to start pitching yesterday. How did you see him do out there on the pitching mound?
Zach did very similar to what he's done all year. He threw a bunch of pitches for a bunch of different pitches at different speeds for strikes, and he competed really well.
You have Braden Taylor going out there too and throwing with Jackson Emus behind him. Those guys shutting the door out of the bullpen. What does that say about the strength of your bullpen, especially in Game 1, such a pivotal game to win?
Yeah, it was really good. Both of those guys came in and pounded the zone. Both power sinker guys, and came in, got ground balls, and closed the door for us. So it was good to see.
Saw Nolan Shaniel go yard yesterday. It feels like his offense really getting going could be a big catalyst in the postseason. Does it feel like he's one of those key guys that if he gets hot, this team could go all the way?
Big time. Big time. I knew it was coming for Nolan. He does things right. He performs correctly, and sometimes you just go through slumps, and he went through one, and it's no better time than now for him to come out.
You got Magdal Cotto on the bump today. The guy throws on the left side, 99, hardest thrower in college baseball, and you've seen him plenty this season. What was the decision, middle of the year, to move him out of the bullpen role to a starter role?
Yeah, he throws 3 pitches for strikes, and that's probably the biggest key factor for us to move him to the starter role, is just to have. He's got a complete arsenal, and if you get on one pitch as an opposing hitter, he can always go to another. And his stuff is really good. He's shown great command, and he competes well, so all of those things make him a great starter option.
Cotto pitched to Caleb Lomavita in the All-Star game, so those 2 guys have played a bit together. Is there anything there where you tell your pitchers not to key off a catcher for situations just like these?
No, I think my guidance to pitchers is always to pitch to your strength, even if it's the hitter's strength. When you feel conviction about throwing a certain pitch, you throw that pitch with that conviction, and you should come out on top as a pitcher.
Got Harrison Cohen on the bump for those guys today. What have you seen from him in scouting reports, and not just scouting reports, but the eye test, as many times as you guys have seen him on the bump this year?
Yeah, Harrison's a really good pitcher. I expect him to come out here and give his team a chance to win. He's got good stuff. He competes really well, so our guys just need to, when we have an opportunity to do something great, they need to stay loose and simplify the process and execute.
The crowd tonight for a home game, do you expect it to be lively? Do you even pay attention to that at all? And really, it's your first playoff atmosphere here at Hyannis, so is there any expectation?
I've heard great things about it, and I can't wait to see it.
There's an owl in your dugout. Why?
Me and that owl had some serious chemistry yesterday and eye contact during the game. I had no idea where it came from. I thought it was Cotuit's owl, and then I found out later that it was our owl put there by us. So I look forward to seeing that owl today during the game, for sure.
Drake Toll alongside Coach Eric Beattie. We are just ahead of first pitch in Game 2 of the playoffs. We'll send it back to the booth. Well, thanks as always to Coach Eric Beattie, and he put it best. Last night, Hyannis just scored more runs than Cotuit. It's what they did to win the game, and that is the key today. Score more runs against the other guys, and they score against you, especially with Harrison Cohen on the bump. If the Harbor Hawks can take advantage of that, they will be in business today. And Zach, the ballpark just has that feel to it.
It's playoff baseball. It's a Friday night. What more could you possibly...
Is it Friday today?
It is Friday.
I don't know if it's Friday today. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's almost Friday
if
it's
I don't
not.
know. Teams, time just doesn't exist on Cape Cod. You know what does exist? Today's starting lineups. The batting order for the Cotuit Kettleers. Out of Stanford, the shortstop batting first, Tommy Troy. In the 2-hole, Ryan Ignafo at first base today. The 3 spot, designated hitter Carter Trice. In the cleanup hole, number catcher Caleb Lomavita. The 5 spot is a left fielder Eddie Park. 6-hole, third baseman Ryan Galaney. Batting 7th in center field out of Vanderbilt, Enrique Bradfield Jr. Batting 8th at second base is Trotter Harlan. And then batting 9th for the Cotuit Kettleers, the right fielder Josh Pearson. The defense for the Harbor Hawks left to right in the outfield. It's Ross in left, McConnell in center, and Sirota in right. Dominic Vitelli and Riku Nishida make up the middle of the infield. Mitch Jebb, after DHing yesterday, is over at third base. Nolan Shonowell at first. Pancho Ruiz behind the dish for the second night in a row. And Drew Earhart is your designated hitter. But Austin, the one guy that might matter the most in the eyes of the Kettleers when they look across the way is the guy on the bump right now, Magdel Cotto.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of familiarity with Cotto because he's never pitched against the Cotuit Kettleers in this regular season. But the one guy in the Kettleer lineup that does have some sort of experience with Cotto is Caleb Lomavita, who is the starting catcher today for the Kettleers, and he's batting the cleanup spot. Lomavita caught Magdil in the 2022 Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star game in which Mag was the starting pitcher for the West Division. Lomavita was the starting catcher. This guy is a stud all around with the bat, with the glove, and he's going to be the X factor today for Cotuit. If Lomavita can have one of his best days, Cotuit could be having a good night here at McKeon Park.
I thought it was awesome talking to Beattie in the pregame show about how Cotto threw to Lomavita. So Lomavita got to see him from that side of things, and now he'll get to bat against him. And Skip's response was, well, you've got to do it. You know, you can't. There's no two ways around it. You still got to throw to Lomavita, and your strategy is throw what you feel most comfortable throwing, pitch after pitch. And with Pancho Ruiz behind the dish, Zach, you know Magdel Cotto will feel comfortable.
They don't give out team awards for most improved player over the course of the season, but Pancho Ruiz behind the plate has come into his own and then some. It's no easy task to be the first guy, whether it be in college ball or summer ball, to throw out Enrique Bradfield in more than a year, and yet Pancho Ruiz was that guy yesterday. So I want to see what these two teams are going to bring Cotuit. Do they want to come home, or do they want to continue the fight and send this series back to Lowell Park tomorrow?
And it should be noted, Ruiz, the starting catcher, back-to-back games.
Well, let's play baseball on Cape Cod. 94 miles an hour with a fastball from the left side from Magdel Cotto to start our game just a hair outside against one of the best hitters on Cape Cod in Tommy Troy, a guy who is a representative in the home run derby for Cotuit, and boy, have the Harbor Hawks already seen the pop his bat has.
Well, he destroys fastballs. He's done it against the Hawks to the tune of a couple home runs, plenty of extra base hits, even had a triple last night. So you're seeing Cotto go with his fastball because it's power against power, and we'll see who prevails early on.
2-0 from Magdel. There's a called strike at 94, and that is 3 straight pitches at 94 miles an hour from the left side. Zach Berman, that is good.
That is definitely good. We saw yesterday Zach Volker, after seeing Troy once or twice, he decided to go straight after him with the fastball and ended up getting him to swing and miss. So it's really a matter of how you sequence your pitches.
Cotto still behind 2-1 here. Gets a big cut and a miss. Fastball, fastball. Fastball from Magdel Cotto.
Against the best fastball hitter on their team. Now, Cotuit overall a really strong hitting team against the fastball, but Troy is the best of the bunch. So this might tell you how Cotto is going to pitch the rest of the inning.
2-2 from Cotto. The entire infield is a couple of steps back. The outfield playing true. And deals at home, and Tommy Troy sends that one to right field for an extra base hit. It's up off the wall. Troy headed to second base as Mike Sirota corrals it in. But Troy trying for 3. Riku Nishida's throw. It is in time, but gets away from Mitch Jebb.
Well, another fastball. You keep throwing the best fastball hitter in the Cape Cod Baseball League, the heater. Eventually, he's going to catch up to it. He takes the 95-mile-an-hour heater to right center field. They're going to make sure he touched second base. Yes, he did. But that's just a great piece of hitting by Tommy Troy. He takes what Magdel Cotto gives him. It's an outside fastball, takes it the other way, and now Cotuit's got the first run of the game standing 90 feet away.
That's why Tommy Troy is one of the best hitters in the Cape Cod Baseball League. There's really not much more you can say other than that. He won the Outstanding Pro Prospect Award for a reason.
Second in the lineup today for the Kettleers is Ryan Ignafo. Yesterday's ball game, didn't see Ignafo. Didn't come out and play for Cotuit. I lied to you guys. He was in 9-hole.
Ignafo was an interesting case.
He didn't start.
He didn't start.
He came in a pinch.
Caleb Ketchup started the game, had 2 errors, then was swapped defensively for Ignafo, and then he homered.
Yeah, Ignafo did do that, and he's got an 0-1 count here. When he homered, able to man on a 2-run blast out of the pinch hit spot, and now he's got a guy on third base 90 feet away. But I'll tell you this, having a runner 90 feet from home plate never promises you a run. I think we've learned that.
Well, now it does, since you brought it up.
Yeah, that's a great point. There goes the broadcaster jinx. Kind of how that works. It's 0-2, though. Koto is ahead, and that one's just tipped fouled off. You can see Ignopo, and really for Troy, too, those first few pitches, adjusting to 94 from the left side, which we've talked about how the gun here at Hyannis is 3 to 5 miles an hour off in either direction. So Koto very easily could be touching 96, 97, especially as loose as he is. It's a playoff game. You're bringing your best stuff. These guys are having to adjust early. He's up 0-2, and that one's just fouled off by Ignacio.
It's probably a good thing it was fouled off because first base unoccupied, and Troy could have come home. So, yes, in the best way possible. You're lucky he got a piece of that one.
Well, it's so interesting about Ignacio because he is relatively new to the Cape Cod Baseball League. And, you know, you only play 2 games in the regular season, then you pinch hit. Oh, pop foul.
Yeah, well.
You pinch hit in game 1 of the playoffs. And now, out of the gate, you're batting in the 2-hole. It's only your 4th game on Cape Cod. You're batting in the 2-hole of a playoff game, a do-or-die game for your team.
You guys ever done any research on the NECBL's Home Run Derby?
No.
You see who won it this year?
Ryan Ignopo.
Yeah, it was Ryan Ignopo. So, had 11 home runs in the NECBL this season. Standings in the right-handed batter's box. Righty-lefty, the 5th pitch of the at-bat, and still an 0-2. Ensuing from Magdale Cotto, the lefty deals, and that one's right back to him. He checks off Troy at third and now goes back to first base. The outs are quartered in time and just barely.
That's a terrific play by Magdale Cotto to freeze Tommy Troy. So often you see pitchers caught up in the moment that don't even look at third and just go to first with the ball. Great job by Cotto, look the runner back, and that's a big out number 1. Allows you, if you're Magdale, to take a little bit of a breath, not too much with that runner still on third, but maybe it settles him into this game.
Well, if you're listening at home today, we'd like to thank you for being with us. Drake Toll alongside Zach Berman and Austin Dakuda in the Tim Elstrom Broadcast Center. It's a beautiful day for playoff baseball. The Harbor Hawks won 9-4 against the Kettleers on the road last night, and they're back at home for this one, trying to clinch the series. Their first series victory since 2015. In the batter's box here, the designated hitter, Carter Trice, another guy coming from the right side and taking a 95-mile-an-hour strike.
Yeah, we're seeing Cotto throw a little bit harder first inning than we've seen throw all year. Maybe it's the heat of the moment, the adrenaline certainly there. It's the playoffs. You're home. You got a chance to continue on to the next round. You're definitely feeling the heat.
That one is way behind on him. Trice fouls it off. He's down to the count 0-2. So the first 3 batters of the game, Cotto has gotten 2 strikes on. But the first batter of the game, Tommy Troy, laced a triple on him.
Something tells me Troy's not going to see that many fastballs up in the zone from Cotto the rest of the way.
Well, the one triple he had yesterday, too, was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone from Braden Nelson. So that seems to be the pitch he hits well.
The 0-2 to Carter Trice. Cotto deals home, and Trice just gets a piece of that one. They're going to call it foul.
Yeah.
Landed in that no man's land. You know, one of those weird things about baseball, if you hit the ball in the batter's box, there is an area in which it could be a base hit, and Trice was only about 6 inches away from that being in the front left of the left-handed batter's box.
We saw 1 or 2 of those this year.
Just right in front of the plate where it's, what can you do besides let the catcher pick it up and tag you in most cases?
Basically, you would hope there, because if you throw down to first and Tommy Troy's on third, the endless impossibilities in baseball.
Makes it unique.
It is an 0-2 count still.
You're going to notice Shonowell in on the grass on the right side. So if Trice, who doesn't go opposite field a ton, does, Shonowell has a chance to get Troy.
2-strike pitch on Tommy Trice. Cotto deals it home, and Trice has a base hit up the middle for an RBI as Tommy Troy comes around to score.
That's the first time we've seen Cotto really play with the breaking ball all day. It was on the inside part of the plate, but it just caught a little bit too much, and a good piece of hitting there by Trice to take advantage.
Trice on the 0-2 goes right back up the middle, and something to note, Cotto has now thrown 15 pitches, 13 for strikes, 2 for balls, so he's not messing around. He's going in the strike zone consistently. Even on the 0-2, he's not trying to waste a pitch or buzz one eye level. The guy's just attacking, and so far, Cotuit's taken the opportunity and caught up to the baseball.
Yeah, and this is a dangerous hitter here. It doesn't get much easier, but Cotto's got to settle in.
Caleb Lomavita at the dish takes a big hack and a miss, and these two guys know each other well. Cotto was the starting pitcher for the West in the All-Star game.
Yep.
And Caleb Lomavita was the starting catcher in the West.
He's got to know what to expect out of Cotto's fastball, and even if you know it's coming, you might not be able to touch 96. So that's been the game plan so far for Magdale out of the gate, has been challenging these hitters, and unfortunately Tommy Troy caught up to one, but yeah, the 89-mile-an-hour pitch, I think it was a changeup by Mag that Trice hit.
1-1's fouled away. Cotto came into this ball game. You saw his stats earlier, 29 strikeouts in 27 innings.
Yeah.
2-1 record this year with a 2.67 ERA, and you look, the numbers are there, and there are a lot of guys that they're unassuming in person, but they have great numbers. Kodo is both. He's 96 from the left side, and his numbers are electric. He's got a 1-2 count. Now on the catcher, Caleb Lomavita deals it home, and Lomavita skies it high. Nolan Shonowell won't have room on the right side.
Somehow he managed to run through the dugout to attempt to make a play on it, but yeah, it's out of play anyway. And as you mentioned, Magdalene Kodo, you look at him, you look at his frame, and what the scouting report says, and he pitches to it. He is exactly what you expected, and that doesn't happen much. You know, when he came in, the report was this guy's a left-hander who's going to pump 97 by people, and he's going to dominate. And that's what he's done all season long. He's lived up to the hype.
See a spattering of Kentucky fans that are here to cheer on Magdale. Pitched in the SEC championship game against Tennessee this past spring. Still ahead 1-2 on Caleb Lomavita. Deals it home, and Lomavita right back up the middle. Double play ball. Patelli to second. Riku Nishida to first in time. Well, the Harbor Hawks concede a run after a triple from Tommy Troy and a single from Carter Trice, but a double play gets them out of it. They play in a hole as we go to the bottom of the first. 1, 2, and 3 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile? Yep.
T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevators. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen. Tell Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you in a club with?
Well, it's the Patriot Cup, but make it the playoffs. Kettleers and Harbor Hawks. Let's take a look at the guys coming to the plate who put up 9 runs on the road yesterday for Hyannis. Leading things off out of Mount Hood Community College and transferring to Oregon, the 10th man of the year in the Cape Cod Baseball League, Riku Nishida in the 2-hole. Third baseman Mitch Jebb out of Michigan State. Cole McConnell from Louisiana Tech bats third. Batting fourth is Jackson Ross. Batting fifth, Pancho Ruiz, who's catching today. In the 6th hole is Dominic Patelli, shortstop from Miami. In the 7th spot, Drew Earhart, designated hitter out of Tampa. In the 8th hole, first baseman Nolan Shonowell, and batting 9th for Hyannis, the right fielder Mike Sirota. Defensively for the Cotuit Kettleers from left to right in the outfield, Park, Bradfield Jr., and Pearson. On the infield from left to right, it's Ketchup, Troy, Harlan, and Ignafo. Carter Trice is the designated hitter, and Caleb Lomavita is behind the dish today for the guys across the way. But, well, the biggest question mark today for Cotuit is how well Harrison Cohen, the big righty, pitches against these Harbor Hawks, Zach.
Well, Cohen is very much the guy that will pitch to contact, almost very similar in a way to Zach Volker. He's got 33 hits to 25 strikeouts, but Cohen, the last 2 times he's seen the Harbor Hawks, he's gotten hit. In the last game he pitched here, went 4 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, 5 runs total, 8 hits, only struck out 2.
And it is Ryan Galaney who is at third base. I'll correct that instead of Caleb Ketchup. Galaney at third as we get started here. And leading it off, Austin, I don't know if we've talked about him yet. That's Riku Nishida.
Well, we started the year talking about this guy almost every chance we had because of the hype around Riku Nishida for his skill set. And as the year progressed, there was a little bit of a slump as he got adjusted to the Cape League. Then all of a sudden, Riku Nishida picks it up. Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star, and maybe just the most exciting player to watch in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Nishida steps up, cleans the plate off, gives a little fist bump, and we're ready to go. 2 hits yesterday, 400 batting average, but in big, bright, all caps letters right there, Riku Nishida stole home plate.
A straight steal, a legitimate steal of home plate. Yep. Not with throw down to second base. He stole home.
Nishida was the catalyst for Cotuit changing catchers yesterday after he came home. And the throw was wild from Ben Johnson at bat, too. So Calvin Harris was pulled. Ben Johnson ultimately was pulled as well. That was a part of a 5-run top of the 2nd inning yesterday for these Harbor Hawks as he just bounces one right back to Cohen, who throws to first in time, and Riku Nishida is retired.
Well, that's one way to play Riku.
That's the one downside of Riku in the leadoff spot. Sometimes you get those weak contacts that he's just trying to put the ball in play and will roll over on him one. Whereas if you have Mitch Jebb in the leadoff spot, which we've seen, he's a guy with a little bit more power. But Riku, certainly not anything to be concerned about a weak ground ball because he's got plenty of at-bats coming tonight.
Jebb steps the dish after going 1 for 5 yesterday against the Kettleers. Mitch Jebb, as you see, first in runs in the regular season, second in stolen bases, second in batting average as well. 356 average with 2 home runs, 22 RBI. That was second in the league as well. I mean, the numbers, the list goes on and on and on. If you want to talk about this guy, you're going to need all day to do it. He's been electric, and yesterday he might not have flashed that in totality, but you know it's coming.
Yeah, Mitch Jebb is just a patient hitter. You know, he doesn't really go after pitches outside of the zone, as evident by his year at Michigan State, in which he only struck out 16 times in 209 at-bats.
Despite going 1 for 5 yesterday, there's a called strike on the outside corner at 89. Despite going 1 for 5, did have an RBI and a run scored, so that's the timely hitting we've been talking about. The Harbor Hawks lacking, and Mitch Jebb put that together yesterday.
I mean, it really goes to show how good the team was offensively yesterday when your best hitter, even when he has a rough game, the team was there to pick him up.
The 0-2 to Jebb. Cohen deals home, and it's called outside. Limavita sticks it out there for a little bit and can't get the umpire to bite.
Yeah, tough take for Mitch Jebb. He has a keen eye at the plate, though, so Mitch really knows how to recognize when a pitch is 2 inches outside and they're going to call it a ball, or if it just catches the corner.
Yeah.
Expect him to expand the zone, though, a bit with 2 strikes and try to protect.
Now a 1-2 to Jebb. Great plate discipline shown all year from Mitch, who, just like that, goes down swinging on the broadcaster jinx.
Well, you might be able to tell by the crowd mic, there is a good contingent of Cotuit fans here tonight, as it's just a short drive across Barnstable, as these two teams share the area of Barnstable within their home. So that's where the Patriot Cup comes into play during the regular season. And, of course, tonight, Cotuit packing the bleachers down the right field side. So it should be a fun crowd here tonight, and as they continue to fill in.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of Cotuit fans, a lot of Hyannis fans on both sides, and this place always draws a ton of fans. They were second in the league in attendance last season, despite one of the worst seasons historically on Cape Cod. Only 8 wins, but still the fans showed up because they love baseball at McKeon. As Cole McConnell has stepped to the dish and takes strike 1, called in the outside corner. And Zach, man, we've only seen a couple of batters for Hyannis, but Harrison Cohen to this point, he's been okay.
This is the Harrison Cohen that got himself into the Cape League All-Star game this season. In 35 2/3, an ERA of 2.78. He's good, and he's the kind of pitcher that's going to rack up nice numbers because of the Cape
Cole
Cod
McConnell sends that one deep at the warning track, and making the catch is the right fielder, Josh Pearson. Just about 5 feet away was Cole McConnell from knotting this ball game up, but instead, there's still a 1-run deficit. Cotuit 1, the Hawks 0, and we come back to the top of the second on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Tastes like a Coke.
We nailed it!
Coke Zero Sugar. Have they nailed it? Sounds like they really nailed it, huh?
Nailed it.
And that's when you said... So it really tastes like a Coke.
Yeah, that's the point.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
Well, if you're just now joining us, hey, glad to have you. Baseball tonight and awards tonight. How about this? Jordy Allard wins the Best Northeasterner, Best New England Player Award. Allard from the Northeast goes to Northeastern from Woodstock, Vermont. Dreamed of playing baseball in the Cape, and This year, 4-0, a .49 ERA. So we pay homage to him as the league did pregame, giving him the award for the John J. Claffey Outstanding New England Player Award.
Very deserved of that award. Jordy Allen, every time he came in out of the bullpen this summer, it's been nothing but lights out.
Eddie Park comes the dish for Cotuit with a big cut and a miss. Park is one of those everyday guys for the Cotuit Kettleers. We saw him yesterday. Went 2 for 4 as he swings and misses at another one.
Well, as you see here, he's much better against right-handed pitching than he is against lefties, but he's still very serviceable against lefties, so Koto's got to be careful on 0-2. He likes to shorten up his approach a bit when he has 2 strikes to try to protect and go opposite way with it.
The 0-2 to Park. Oh, that would have been a strike if they moved the plate up about 4 feet, but they discussed it pregame, and they will not be doing that today.
Eddie Park, you look at his numbers, and he's just the definition of consistency. 26 games, an average of .284. Guy gets on base as well. His walk and strikeout numbers both equal at 15 apiece.
Now a 1-2 to Park. Koto deals her home. It was just a little high, 95 with the fastball. We've seen fastball fast, so many fastballs.
But I like the idea on 1-2. You try to get a left-hander to kind of follow that pitch as it exits the zone, and the rising fastball just couldn't get Park to bite. Now you come back inside here on 2-2.
2-2 pitch from Mag brings it home, and Park is able to foul that one off to the left side. Was well behind on that pitch, and how could you not be?
Yeah, they go inside with the heater again at 95, but Park was able to get enough on it to stay alive here. A couple different ways you can go here, but I like that low breaking ball in the low 80s.
Let's do the 2-2 again from Koto, and that one's eye level with the breaking ball at 85.
Well, it was a breaking ball. It just slipped out of the hand. So now 3-2, you probably come back with your fastball, and this is where you challenge a good hitter with your best pitch.
Full count for Koto. Lines and deals home the payoff, and Park sends that into center field. Cole McConnell ranging back up under it and makes the catch to retire the first batter of the top of the second inning.
Well, Austin, like you said, he challenged him with the fastball. Park went after it and lofted a lazy fly ball. That's the exact outcome you want in that situation.
Now stepping to the plate for Cotuit is Ryan Galaney, and we've mentioned how Galaney did not play very much for Cotuit in the regular season because he just got to Cotuit. Only played 2 games in the regular season. Had 5 at-bats in those.
Yeah, the Harbor Hawks are feeling the effect of late roster changes, too. Galaney only a couple of games in Cotuit, and the Hawks have Drew Earhart and Jackson Ross in their starting lineup, who really only were here for a week before the playoffs began.
Yeah, 5 at-bats, did have 2 hits for Ryan Galaney, who fans on that one, and that has been a really consistent sight tonight. Cotuit players going down in the count, but still making solid contact on Koto, or at least putting something in play, even via hit.
I think it says a lot about their approach as a team. I mean, even when they have 2 strikes, collectively they shorten up their approach and try to just put the ball in play. That's something Mike Roberts has instilled with this team, is they're not going to try to strike out, right? I mean, nobody goes up there trying to, but a lot of teams in this league are more focused on the long ball or not really changing their approach. Roberts has these guys kind of keyed in on shortening up with 2 strikes.
Koto's got another 0-2, brings it home, and that one is a ball low and in the dirt. Now you're seeing the adjustment, though, from Magdale. He's not going back to the strike zone of the 0-2. He's working the off-speed outside. He's doing something different. There he goes, fastball, low and outside, keeping it away from hitters.
And that's where he's been better. I mean, he doesn't have to just challenge you on every single pitch he throws. Why not waste a pitch? Why not get guys to go outside the zone?
The 1-2 pitch to Ryan Galaney, the third baseman for Cotuit today. That one is in the dirt, and Koto evens the count at 2-all.
Galaney's another one of those guys that started off the summer in the NECBL. He was with the North Adams Steeple Cats and played 40 games there, had 6 homers, 31 RBIs, got on base quite a bit, average around 250. But, yeah, there's not that much adjustment when you start your summer with the wood bat.
Now the 2-2 from Koto. That one right back to Riku Nishida, and the 10th man of the year collects his first out of the day. That's pretty easy.
What do you call that, eh?
That was a can of corn for Riku. You can see he jumped in the air. Didn't need to leap. Just kind of flashed in the glove there. Possibly the most electric player that you know. Jeff Pontes releases with Baseball America. The most, he's got these superlatives across Cape Cod, and Riku is certainly in the very, very short list for most electric player in the league, Austin.
That he is. He's somebody who all eyes are locked in on him every time he comes to the plate or is in the field.
Enrique Bradfield Jr., the center fielder out of Vanderbilt, and a possible top 10, 15. Zach Berman said top 5 MLB draft prospect. For
as high as 7 yesterday when I was looking at some mocks.
Jeez. 1-0 to him is taken for a strike, and He was thrown out on the base paths yesterday, stealing a base for the first time since he was like 13.
Yeah, it was the first time all year. He was, what, we say 46 for 46 at Vanderbilt in the spring and then 4 for 4 on the Cape. Really historic numbers that Bradfield puts up on the bases. And Pancho Ruiz, the guy behind the dish, the first man in 2022 to catch Bradfield stealing. That is an incredible accolade to have.
Now the 1-2 with 2 down after a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Cotto. Ahead in the count, you see Pancho Ruiz move to his left a little bit, set up outside the pitch home, and it just missed low.
I like that pitch, though, with 2 strikes. Try to get Bradfield to chase something just a bit low outside the zone. Now 2-2 could come back again. This is kind of the pattern he's been following. Now on 2-2, you jam him inside with the fastball. Here it comes.
Here it is. 2-2 from Cotto. Winds, deals her home. That one's sent right back up the middle and for a base hit. Enrique Bradfield Jr. safe over at first base. Cole McConnell relays it in, and now he gives way to Trotter Harlan. But that's just a good piece of hitting. Again, we see another Cotuit player adjust to the fastball later in the at-bat.
That's an excellent piece of hitting. That was a fastball in on Bradfield's hands. And pieces of hitting like that, that's why they have him so high in these mock drafts. You have a guy that, now that he's on, what we saw yesterday from Pancho Ruiz, that does not typically happen very often. Now you get to watch the theatrics of Enrique Bradfield on the base.
Well, does he test Pancho again?
Yeah, you know, lightning doesn't typically strike twice. So we'll see what Bradfield Jr. decides to do here and how he plays it, too, as Cotto goes in the dirt, and it will not matter. Pancho Ruiz will toss that one over to third base, and Enrique Bradfield Jr. moves up 90 feet.
Well, at this point, you focus on the batter now. Once with Bradfield moving up to 90 feet already to scoring position, your guy at the dish, Trotter Harlan, with 2 down, you got to go after him if you're Magdil Cotto.
Cotto steps back in.
And I expect them to go with a heavy dose of fastball against Harlan. Volker, one of his 7 strikeouts yesterday, came against Trotter, and it was 4 pitches, all on fastballs. And Volker's fastball only sits, what, 89 to 91? So we'll see if that's the same pattern that Magdil follows.
Cotto this season came in 29 strikeouts in 27 innings as he goes upstairs to Harlan. We have not seen him strike out a Kettleer yet today, Zach.
No, and Cotuit, they're not a big strikeout team. You're looking at the first and second best teams in the league when it comes to strikeout. Cotuit only struck out 340 times all season. That's good for first in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Cotto checks over to Enrique Bradfield. Nishida holding him there. See him bouncing in and out, and he goes home. Trotter Harlan's got a base hit to the left side. What do they do with Bradfield? They're going to send him home. A throw to the plate. Pancho's not going to have a play there, but the play at second base is made successfully, so the Harbor Hawks will let another run come home, but they dish it over and get Trotter Harlan at second base. It is now 2-0, and that throw from Rawson left was just a little offline, Zach.
Yeah, Pancho didn't have a play there, but it was a smart play by Pancho, realizing he didn't have the play and quickly going to second base and likely saving the Harbor Hawks some further headaches on the base paths.
Well, we'll take it to a break. When we come back, the Harbor Hawks down 2-0 in the bottom of the second, trying to get on the board at McKeon on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day, and the harder I push myself, the more I find myself drawn to wearing UFOs. The first time I put on a pair of UFOs, it was like someone released the pressure. It was so crazy. When you are recovered and can do more, that has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of UFOs, they're truly one of a kind. There's nothing like them.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why'd he sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, and welcome back onto the Mount Harrison Cohen for the Cotuit Kettleers. And talk about the awards for Hyannis pregame today. Riku Nishida, the 10th man of the year this season. The Manny Ribello 10th Player Award. The award's given to the player who exceeds expectations. Great sportsmanship. Really the most electric player in the league. The guy that gives it all and is fun to watch. And Nishida from Osaka, Japan, led the league in stolen bases. Stole home against Cotuit last night. He is one of the most fun players to watch on a baseball field, and we'll see him make plenty of great plays. We've already seen him with one great catch today.
Yeah, he's kept the Hawks in it with his tag on the last throwdown by Ruiz to cut the runner down Harlan, trying to take the extra base. And we've seen it defensively. Riku, I'm sure, will be up soon enough. But now you're focused on the Hawks clawing their way back into this game.
Nolan Shotwell steps the dish. He had an okay day yesterday.
Well, it's Jackson Ross, but...
Oh, the other FAU guy, huh?
You in that FAU helmet, huh?
They look the exact same. Yeah. I'm reading my scorebook, my Dave Carpenter right here, and it says Nolan Shotwell. So I don't know what you got over there. I think they changed the lineup mid-game.
Want to talk about we want to talk about another guy that's come on pretty quickly. He's had to acclimate not that much because he played with the Woodbats earlier this summer and is now batting cleanup in a huge playoff game.
Yeah.
So these new additions across the league, they're being asked to take on major roles out of the gate.
Ross, the 0-2. That one is upstairs from Cohen. 93 miles an hour, and that's really the top speed that you'll see out of Cohen.
Yeah, some zip out of the right-hander today, and he's been accurate, too. We've seen Harrison Cohen before. The Hawks hit him well once, but this is the version that made him an all-star.
Yeah, guy's feeling good today. The 1-2. That one's upstairs again. 93 again.
And you're seeing the really keen eye by Jackson Ross, not chasing either one of those fastball. He's only walked once, but he's in the playoffs so far. So,
yeah.
I mean, 1 for 1, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 game against Cotuit.
Hello.
And he had a hit.
Got the count even at 2-all. Fouls one away from Cohen, dealing 83 on the off-speed. So you see Cohen goes 93, 93, goes a few fastballs, tosses the off-speed in there. Looked like a changeup at 83, and Ross is all over it. A big part of that, the scouting report. They talked about how against lefties and righties, 2 strike counts with Harrison Cohen, they're going to go with a changeup.
Likes that changeup a lot, and you're going to see Jackson Ross, I mean, shorten up just a bit, choke up on the bat, try to lift the ball into the outfield.
2-2. Ross takes strike 3, called inside. And that's, he just froze.
Yeah, it looks like it was maybe the slider from Cohen that came across the front knee and right into the zone. It's tough for a right-hander to do much with it because you give up on it as it comes at you, but it just drops right across the plate. A terrific pitch from Harrison Cohen.
Up to the dish now for the Harbor Hawks is Pancho Ruiz. It's a guy who did some damage to end the regular season. Started to get hot as the year progressed. Still finished with a 191 batting average, but the issue with Pancho is he never really had the opportunity to get going. As a catcher, you're only playing every other night, and he's not a catcher that DH'd very often, so you didn't get the full effect of what Pancho Ruiz can do on a baseball field.
No, you didn't, and the last couple days, he's really started to show, why he was the guy this spring at San Diego State.
The 0-1, he swings right over, and Harrison Cohen's ahead 0-2.
Yeah, this is the Harrison Cohen that made him an all-star. He looks crisp out of the gate tonight.
The guy is feeling good. Ruiz yesterday was 0 for 4, did score a run, though. Reached on an error. The 0-2 is home, and he fouls it away, able to tip it away.
Yeah, it's a good job by Pancho to spoil a good fastball, and he checks with the umpire to see if that was in the zone. If he hadn't swung, the umpire says yes, indeed. So that helps Pancho recognize where the zone is now as Cohen will go back on 0-2. Maybe the changeup we see next?
Yeah, the 0-2 from Cohen was the fastball high, and Ruiz grounds to the third base, and Galaney makes a great play, tossing it around Ruiz and getting it over to first base successfully. The Harbor Hawks have gone 5 up, 5 down to start.
That ball was chipped right down the line, and a really good backhand stop there by Galaney.
Yeah. So Dom Patelli will come to the dish, 252 with 3 home runs and 12 RBI in the regular season.
Yeah, not in his usual number 5 jersey today. That's because it's Red Shirt Friday once again here on the Cape.
In the playoffs, too,
yeah, the home team wears red on Fridays in support of the active duty, the military, and the veterans who are serving the country.
Patelli whiffs on the first pitch that he gets from Cohen. This Cohen guy's pretty good.
Yeah, you're seeing his best so far. And the Hawks can't do anything but swing at it because he's just simply throwing strikes.
The 0-1, and Patelli again swings at that one in the dirt. And it's not that the Hyannis is gifting Cohen anything. And when he goes in the dirt, Hyannis really hasn't chased much today. They haven't had to. He's gone to the zone so often. But right there, Patelli whiffs over the off-speed. And now at 0-2, your approach changes as a hitter. You'll see Patelli choke up a bit and scoot up a bit, widen the stance. As he whips at the 0-2, and that'll do it. 6 up and 6 down now. Harrison Cohen is hot. Your score is 2-0 as we go to the top of the third, and Magdale Cotto tries to silence the Cotuit Kettleers bats on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Diet Coke? Who are you, my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about. Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done it. Did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm Drake Toll alongside Zach Berman and Austin Akuta. Welcome back to the bump, Magdale Cotto, who to this point has given up 2 runs on 4 hits. Austin, it's not like he doesn't have his best stuff. His fastball is as hard as we've seen it all year, but Cotuit just caught up.
He hasn't been able to finish hitters. He's been ahead 0-2 or 1-2 on virtually every bat so far that he's faced in the Cotuit lineup, but it's been the put-away pitch. He hasn't quite had it yet today, whether he's come inside fastball. Cotuit just done a great job at spoiling Cotto's strikeout pitch, and we'll see how the left-hander makes an adjustment now, heading into the 3rd inning and getting close to having to face the Cotuit top of the order, and he'll have to see Tommy Troy once again in this inning.
Well, to round out these awards we've been talking about all day, maybe the biggest for Hyannis today, Eric Beattie was given the Mike Curran Manager of the Year award. The guy came into Hyannis late in the game. He wasn't supposed to be the manager until really just a couple months before the season. He gets the nod, originally in the interim role as well, comes in and coaches these guys to first place in the West for a large portion of the season. They follow the 3 spot, but even still, you talk about going from just 8 wins to 20 plus. The guy is great.
No, the guys love him. He's been just a dynamic leader of this bunch. And, no, it's absolutely well-deserved. Pretty cool set of hardware to have for Beattie to be both a Cape League Hall of Famer as a player and to win a Manager of the Year award as a coach.
And only 39 years old at that. I mean, the guy's still got so many more years of baseball left in him. And you see Beattie's having a conversation over there with the home plate umpire. He'll drop back out. And
third base umpire's in the Harbor Hawk arm barn down the left side. Not too sure what's going on over there.
Huh. Yeah, that's a new one for me. I see. He's taking, okay, he's got Uber Eats pulled up. Look at this guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's got Uber Eats pulled up. So he's taking there's Jordy Allard's order. He's got Ty Langenberg's, Jay Drivers.
Well,
you get a sandwich. Okay, you're Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's actually doing.
You got to be careful. Wes Burton's pretty.
Subway. Well, Wes Burton's right there. He's doing 50-50.
Yeah.
So
I was about to say this guy's pretty particular with his Chipotle bowl.
What is his Chipotle bowl, Zach?
Honestly, I forget, but that Chipotle screwed my order up one too many times.
Oh wow! You're not a Chipotle truther today.
No.
Okay. Well, they're not a league sponsor, so I think you can get away with that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Harbor Hawks got to deal with 9-1-2 for the Kettleers as a called strike on Josh Pearson.
Pearson's had a rough season, but his one homer this year was here at McKeon Park.
All right.
So clearly a power threat, but guy that's batting sub-Mendoza line through a big chunk of this regular season.
Yeah. Pearson down on the count 0-1 and takes a ball inside. Got to tip your cap to the job that Mazdak Darvari, Zach Chase, and Nick Johnson did coming into yesterday's game. You saw the result in yesterday's game and in today's game as well, in how they've built the scouting reports for Cotuit. You saw it was uncanny how prepared Hyannis was for the game against the Kettleers in game 1, and then today it's the same thing. You go in the dugout, and there's just paper after paper plastered to that wall where these guys have every single factor thing you can know about those across the way.
Yeah, they're prepping their guys for any situation that could arise.
A called strike on Pearson. 88 goes Cotto. Looks like a slider. It caught the outside part of the zone, and he evens the count at 2s.
That could be a big pitch for him if he can get it working here in the remainder of this ball game to finish hitters. Now, again, he has 2 strikes on a guy. Can Magdale Cotto record a punch-out and prevent Pearson from extending this at-bat?
2-2 to Josh Pearson. He grounds that one right back up the middle to Riku Nishida. Almost gets over his head. Nishida falling down. Makes the play at first. Da-da-da, da-da-da, Riku, flash the glove.
That was remarkable. We've seen the McKeon infield stump some Hyannis infielders this season.
Look at that catch. Look at the throw on the replay. What a great shot by our camera team.
Man.
And man, Riku Nishida, doesn't he excite you when he's on the baseball field?
I think he's the first Hyannis Harbor Hawk to get one of those hops against his favor and still manage to make the play.
That is,
wow.
He's that guy. He is that guy.
Heck of a play. Saved a leadoff single. Gives Mag some confidence.
If you're listening out there and your dad owns ESPN, call him. We got some content for SportsCenter tonight because that right there, you see the ball almost pops out of his glove and he still finds a way.
Off balance makes a throw.
He's falling down. He's on his butt.
We also got to mention the pick by Nolan Shinow at first base to save that. The stretch and the pick, also an underrated part of that play.
Oof. Tough for Josh Pearson is now Tommy Troy the dish, takes a couple of strikes. That one at 88 from Magdel Cotto. Down the count 0-2. We've seen this one before.
Yeah.
Don't come back with the fastball
Nope,
if
please
you've learned
don't
anything
do that,
against Tommy Troy.
It'd be great.
Especially up in the zone. This guy has quick hands. He can get to it.
The 0-2, and Troy takes that in the dirt.
That's a slider. Better pitch.
Yeah. If you're going to go fastball to Troy, you're going to want to go away, and preferably, unless you go
We've seen him
away far enough to the point where he has no choice but to lay off of it, I just wouldn't throw the fastball in the zone right now.
Both of his triples against the Hawks in the last two games have been on pitches up and away, but not, away enough to put him away. I think you have to keep it low.
1-2 from Cotto. Tommy Troy breaks the bat right back to Nolan Shonowell. A lot of English on it. Over to first base and steps in the bag in plenty of time to record the second out of the third.
You see how fast that ball was? 85 miles an hour. That's how you attack Tommy Troy. Gave him the breaking ball, and Troy was all sorts of tied up with it.
Unless you're Zach Volker, and then you go 89 with a fastball down the pipe 3 times and strike him out. Ignafo comes to the dish now for Cotuit. Ignafo in the regular season. Bat 240. He had 4 at-bats. He was 1 for 4. That's 250 if you're keeping track at home, actually.
And he had quite the day yesterday once entering the game. A really well-hit home run.
Yeah. Eastern Illinois product. Made the Harbor Hawks pay with a pinch hit dinger.
Yeah, I think it was an up-and-in fastball, but he turned on whatever it was. Maybe something Volker floated up, but he turned and crushed it to left field. It hit the top of the fence at Lowell Park.
That was just checked off foul, and that was a 6-0 ball game early in the game. That home run pulled it 6-2, and now you're one swing in the bat with the bases juiced away from tying the game. That at least gives you a semblance of confidence or momentum, and Cotuit used that in the middle stretch of the game, but Hyannis, what they were able to do is just continue to add on here or there and put it away late. The 0-2. That one's skied to right field. Going back to Sirota at the wall. Sirota's going to watch it go. Ignafo has his second home run in as many days against the Harbor Hawks, and the Cotuit Kettleers have put up a single run in the first, the second, and now the third.
Well, Magdale Cotto just does not have his stuff to finish hitters. All 3 this inning, he's had 2 strikes on a couple of weak contacts, but then he goes fastball, tried to go outside, but at 94, this team hits the fastball well. He just takes it to the opposite field where Magdale Cotto allowed him to hit that one, and Ignafo did not miss it. How about a start to his Kettleer career? 2 games in the playoffs, 2 home runs.
And this Kettleer team, they just lost Tyler Johnson to the Detroit Tigers, so they were looking for a big-time power bat to fill that void. And Ignafo, 2 playoff games, 2 dingers.
Up at the plate is the 3-hole hitter, designated hitter Carter Trice. Trice out of Old Dominion, but transferring to NC State. Takes a look at the ball in the dirt, did not go, and he's ahead 1-0. Cotto has thrown 37 pitches for strikes, 16 for balls. That is 53 pitches.
Not a bad ratio. He's been ahead on every hitter. We talked about it.
That is lined up for the middle. Another base hit. Carter Trice stands at first. That is just the offensive barrage for the Cotuit Kettleers. Now 6 hits that the Harbor Hawks have not been able to quell.
Well, they're all over the fastball, and that's something that other teams in this league have not been able to do this summer, is attack Magdale Cotto's power fastball. Cotuit's all over it, and it's been an impressive start by the Kettleers to this game.
Well, the Harbor Hawks flashed the offense yesterday. 9-4 final in that one. Hyannis has not been able to get the bats going so far against Harrison Cohen, as they've gone 6 up and 6 down. 7, 8, and 9 will be due up in the bottom of the third, but Cotto's still got to get himself out of this jam. Runner over at first base, and a grounder to Mitch Jebb. Jebb comes across the diamond, and Jebb's throw is not in time. Gets away from Nolan Shonewell. Took a bad hop. Trice rounding third. Trice headed for home. The throw to home plate. Poncho loses it.
Nobody's backing it up.
I think had they sent Loma Vida around third base, he'd have probably been safe at home. That's a play. The throw in from Shonewell was in plenty of time, and if you're Ruiz, you've got to play catcher. You've got
to block that.
You've got to block that ball up, make the tag, get your pitcher out of there.
You know, yesterday we saw everything that got the Hyannis Harbor Hawks into the playoffs in the first 3 innings today. We have seen everything that has been the reason why the Hyannis Harbor Hawks are not the #1 seed as of late.
Yeah, 4-0 game, and see action in the Harbor Hawk bullpen. Not sure if they expected that. Now just through 2 2/3 of this one.
It'd be a single and an E5. Is it would I think Loma Vida would have been safe anyway.
I think so. Eddie Park, the left fielder, is up now. First pitch he sees from Kodo. He skies that foul on the left side. Now to play. Kodo talked about it a couple of days ago when the Harbor Hawks lost that #1 spot and lost home field advantage in the playoffs. It flipped. He had been prepared for the last week to pitch in Game 2 at Cotuit. Game 1 will be Volker at home, Game 2 at Cotuit. And he said one of his favorite things to do in all of baseball is pitch on the road. What fires him up more than anything is opposing fans getting rowdy for a different team. He loves that environment, a la SEC Championship, where 12,000 Tennessee fans are screaming at him, against him. And today, we just haven't seen him get comfortable yet.
It looks like Tommy O'Rourke is throwing in the Harbor Hawk arm barn down the left field side, too.
The 1-1 pitch, deals it home, and Park takes low and outside.
And not the best start today. And it's unfortunate because Magdiel's had so many counts where he's been ahead 0-2, 1-2, or even 2-2, where he's had a chance to put guys away. It's just unfortunate that he hasn't had those secondary pitches to finish off hitters.
Down on the count, 2-1 here. From the stretch, fires home to the left fielder and gets a ground to the left side. Mitch Jebb's got another chance. Mitch Jebb across the diamond in time. Well, that'll retire the Kettleers here in the top of the third, but not before they double their lead. Up 2-0 coming into this one. A solo home run and then a couple of errors around the park give Cotuit a 4-0 advantage as we go to the bottom of the third. But before we get there, we send it to the baseline for a Real Austin sideline report.
Thanks, Drake. 3 Cape League awards were given to the Harbor Hawks prior to first pitch tonight. First, Jordy Allard received the award for being the best Northeastern player. The Woodstock, Vermont native was given this award because he posted a .49 ERA in relief for the Harbor Hawks this season. Next, Riku Nishida was given an award for being the 10th man. That's given to a player in the Cape League that is both outstanding on and off the field. Finally, Coach Eric Beattie was awarded with the Field Manager of the Year award. This was given to him because in his first season, he's led the Harbor Hawks to their first playoff appearance since 2018 and their first playoff win since 2015. He's no stranger to the Cape League, however, as he's in the Hall of Fame for having the league's second lowest ERA with his time with the Bourne Braves. The organization also gave away their MVP award. That one went to Mitch Jebb from Michigan State. He finished with a .356 batting average and led almost every category for the Harbor Hawks, and also had many of those at the top for the league. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Bria, and it's certainly an honor for these Harbor Hawks to have Eric Beattie, Jordy Allard, and Riku Nishida all given league-wide awards. You have Eric Zamuda, the commissioner, comes out pregame in front of a packed house here at Hyannis, presents those in front of you, especially after the last couple of years and the struggles for Hyannis recently. And great to see how the Harbor Hawks have put it together this season, but today it's been all Kettleers who have put a 4-0 game together, Austin.
It's a complete flip from what yesterday was. The first couple innings all Hyannis. Today the first couple innings all Cotuit in every aspect. 4 runs, 7 hits, and Hawks even had an error mixed in the last inning. So how do you respond? How do you get back into this game? Bottom of the third inning, you're starting to get deeper into your lineup. You're yet to get a base runner on Cohen and really make him work. It starts here with Drew Earhart, who's been a welcomed addition to this roster.
Earhart steps the dish after he hit a home run yesterday for the Harbor Hawks. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. It was a really well hit ball to left center, and Earhart didn't have a ton of homers at Tampa, just 6, but showing some power here early in the Cape League.
He was 2 for 4 on his day with a couple of RBI. Also had a walk, so the LVP's there. He had 2 runs scored as well, so Earhart, one of the stars of the show at Lowell Park, but he swings and misses over an off-speed in the dirt, and that evens the count at 1-all.
Yeah, you really, despite, yes, it's 4-0, but after the crazy day across the league, we saw crazy comebacks last night all across Cape Cod. You can't rule this team out.
That one is skied on the infield. Tracking over and calling everybody off to make the catch is Trotter Harlan to retire Drew Earhart, and now that is 7 up, 7 down for the Cats.
Yeah, I mean, Harrison Cohen's just been on his game today. Every pitch he's thrown has had movement to it. It's been deceptive. His fastball's been up in the zone, and that's the difference between these two teams right now. When Magdalene Cotto's fastball between 94 and 96 was up in the zone, Cotuit was taking it right back up the middle for base hits. The Hawks, where it's 92, 93 from Cohen, they're struggling to hit it so far.
Cohen throws that fastball for 65% strikes. Works on the outside part of the plate a lot. You see him go outside part of the plate or just a little too far with the off-speed at 84.
Well, here's the part of the order you need to start a rally. Nolan Shonewell in the 8-hole after his big night, followed by Mike Sirota to set the table for your top of the order. It starts here with Shonewell.
The 1-0, no one takes that one to the dirt, and I'm not sure if there's a player on Cape Cod. Granted, it's tough to say that because it's such a generalization, but truly, I'm not sure there's a player on Cape Cod with better plate discipline that has the power of Nolan Shonewell.
Well, also, you're seeing him get pitched around constantly. They just throw him change-ups in the dirt. You don't want to leave anything up to him. Saw what happened yesterday when they left the pitch up, and like he said in his pregame interview, I mean, he was talking to Reed Becker of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and he said he made a mistake after I laid off a couple pitches outside the zone, and it was one that was just kind of hung over the plate, and I tried to just damage it.
2-1. Shonewell's ahead and takes the ball upstairs.
Oh, no, that ball was right down the middle. That was
the one yesterday?
Yeah, that was practically...
Not that ball.
No, not that
ball, but that ball.
The one yesterday.
Not that ball, but that ball?
He almost hit a second yesterday. He hit a second one off the top of the wall.
And 3-1 from Cohen. There he goes, fastball outside part of the plate, called strike. And boy, Harrison Cohen's numbers at George Washington, 28 walks in 87 1/3. So guy got some work in the spring.
Yeah, a lot of innings, and it's rare to see a guy throw that many innings in the spring, still be on the roster this late in the summer, because he was the guy who started the year with Cotuit. So he's certainly got a plethora of innings under his belt year-round.
Payoff pitch. Shonewell goes to center field with that one, and there is Enrique Bradfield Jr., who's up under it and makes the grab and retires the second out of the bottom of the third inning. Cohen's a guy with a 3.92 ERA in the spring, 7-7 record. 87 1/3, 82 hits allowed, but 38 earned runs and an opponent batting average of 243. The guy faced 380 batters in the spring and has pitched out the summer here at Cotuit. So he's got the mentality of, man, I've gone this far playing this much baseball nonstop. Why go home now?
Let's not act like he didn't almost pitch 25 innings last summer in Cotuit. Oh, he's been around for a while. He's played a lot of baseball up here on Cape Cod in these last 2 years.
Paid off on the guy's been solid as Mike Sirota takes a strike, and it really is the Harrison Cohen show to this point.
Yeah, that was a heck of a slider to start Sirota off on. What do you do as a right-handed hitter when that's the first pitch of the at-bat he's throwing for a strike?
Yeah, that's your first at-bat of the game. First you see of Harrison Cohen.
He welcomes you in with a front hip slider that's just going to plop itself right over the zone.
That drops in there.
But you're not searching for that on the first pitch of an at-bat. It's a great pitch.
The 1-1, that one's fouled off out of play. And Sirota's a guy that, when he joined Hyannis July 12th, after that it was all Mike Sirota. 339 batting average, OBP of 442, had 21 hits in 18 games. Scored 12 runs and was third on the team with 14 RBI in a shortened appearance with Hyannis at that. Inserted in the lineup right away from Brewster. They had cut him, Hyannis scooped him up, and boy, what an addition he's been. He is down to the count here, 1-2. To Harrison Cohen, the righty deals at home, and Mike Sirota watches strike 3. The 82-mile-an-hour off-speed high in the zone sets down the Harbor Hawks in order the first time through the order. 9 up and 9 down. We go to the top of the fourth. Down 4-0 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Continuing with our that chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, you turn to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. You know, how good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be?
You're a bad mother.
Magdal Cotto is back out on the bump at the top of the fourth inning for the Harbor Hawks. Drake Toll alongside Zach Berman and Austin Dakota on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. And boy, Zach, this crowd, you feel it. The energy is palpable. The Harbor Hawks know they are a win away. Even down 4-0 right now, you still feel that atmosphere. A win away from their first series victory since 2015. And these guys, they had a slow end to their season. Not great in their last 10 games, but yesterday, everything clicked.
And today it feels almost like the exact opposite. I talked to Zach Chase, assistant GM, before the game, and he said, you can't count all your chicks before you hatch. He said, my first summer as an intern, they made the playoffs, won game 1 versus Bourne, and then lost the next 2. So things can really turn around in game 2 if you can, because if let's say, hypothetically, the Harbor Hawks cannot come back. Then you have a completely different situation where the team that won now gets to go back, they get home field, and it looks and feels completely different.
Yeah, it's certainly a different situation than here, where the Hawks had a win, they come back to home field, and they say, okay, we can close out this series. But when you go back, after already having that early series lead, and if there's a chance you give it up, that's where we really suffer is, you know, giving up a chance at home to take the series. And we'll see if the Hawks, I mean, plenty of baseball left here tonight, guys, but the way it's played out so far, things aren't looking too good for the Hawks.
Ryan Glaney at the dish now for the Kettleers, who takes a big cut and a miss, and through 3 innings, I think one of the most shocking things of this game, sure, the Kettleers have been able to get around on Magdal Cotto, put some balls in play, get plenty of hits and 4 runs, but no strikeouts for Mag. That's how you know the stuff's not quite there like it usually is.
Well, this is also a team that hits fastballs really well, and Cotto is a fastball specialist.
The 0-2 is in the dirt to Poncho, and again, there's another adjustment. You saw first inning of the game, 0-2 count. Cotto is going right back into the zone, even fastballs down the heart of the plate, challenging with a 96 from the left side. And here, you see him go in the dirt there on the 0-2. Maybe that works in his favor, but...
Well, the O'Rourke is ready in the bullpen, so, I mean, if Cotto allows a base runner, his day could be done.
As an off-speed at 48 miles an hour, says the scoreboard. Don't think that one is correct, but is the ball outside.
Might have been the speed on the throw back by Poncho, but
maybe so. Good luck. Now a 2-2 to Glaney. Poncho sets, the lefty winds and deals. That one's tagged for base hit to the right side. That is the 8th hit of the game for the Cotuit Kettleers, and that might be the day. You see, like you said, he's up and ready.
Center fielder. Yeah, you got a lefty-lefty matchup here, so this could be something to take note of, try to finish Bradfield off here for Cotto. But yeah, O'Rourke is standing there waiting basically for the call to come in. Cotto, I mean, he's allowed 8 hits now. I'm not too sure. I don't have the total, but I feel at least 5 of those are on 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Even more.
You saw Zach Volker against Cotuit earlier this season. Did something similar. You know, 7 hits in a game against the Cats and only allowed 1 earned run, but 8 hits, 4 earned runs across. And now you see Enrique Bradfield Jr. shows bunt. Gets a called strike on him as he pulls back.
Yeah, you're going to have to play your infield way in here because Bradfield, with his speed, he's not necessarily bunting to push the runner to second. He could be bunting for a hit.
93 on the fastball from Cotto. Now 0-1 to Bradfield. Enrique out of Vanderbilt. Great speed. Had a great spring at Vandy, too. One of the late additions to the Kettleer team. As Cotto checks over, and a guy who is going to replace Johnson, the power hitter for the Kettleers. Someone that Mazdak Darvari had a lot of confidence in the home run hitting contest in which players try to hit home runs on the Cape Cod Baseball League.
And you know what it really is? You know what this says to me? I wonder what Mike Roberts, who obviously has been part of this league for so long, he's been in this situation before. Your team's down 1, they could go home tonight. What did he tell the guys? What's the message in that Kettleer dugout? And right now, the body language we're getting, the way they are hanging up there in at bats and knocking the ball around the yard, and one of the best pitchers in the Cape Cod Baseball League. To me, that says we don't want to go home just yet.
Yeah, locked in. They are locked in on all aspects. Get some more action now in the arm barn for the Hawks. I can't tell if it's still O'Rourke or not, but after the mound visit from Kevin Ohm, we'll see how long Beattie allows Koto to stretch it out.
For these teams that go down 0-1 in playoff series, that's something that you start to allow the thought to creep in the players' minds. If I lose one more, I go home.
Yeah.
And it's a hodgepodge of players. These aren't guys that have been playing together for 2 or 3 years on their college teams. They just met a couple months ago. And Enrique Bradfield Jr.'s got a beautiful bunt in front of the plate. Poncho weaves the first in time, but the bunt does its job. And then Shonowell throws it away from Dom Patelli. And the 5th run of the ball game is now 90 feet away from the Kettleers. And when it rains, it pours for Hyannis.
That's an inexplicable throw to second base there by Shonowell. I mean, didn't look like the runner off second, Galaney, was off a second by much. I think he was kind of standing on the bag. And, yeah, not a great play.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing there on that one.
Yeah.
I don't have an explanation for that one.
4 runs is not fun. A 5-run deficit is even less fun. And you see the Harbor Hawks bring the entire infield in onto the grass now.
They have to. They have to prevent this run from coming home. You got to give your bat some confidence to remain in this game. And 5 runs is certainly a daunting task.
As Trotter Harlan at the dish, he was 0 for 3 yesterday, had a couple of strikeouts against the Harbor Hawks. What a day it was, not just offensively, but also defensively for Hyannis, and you haven't seen that as Harlan fouls that one away. It was an errorless ball game at Lowell Park. Your pitching staff went out and threw great. Zach Volker, Braden Nelson, Jackson Emas. They combined for 12 strikeouts, just 1 walk, only 4 earned runs in that game as well. Everything clicked. And then you try to carry that momentum into a home game today in front of your own fans. And to this point, through 3 1/3, things have not quite clicked. The 0-1 from Koto to Harlan. He hit him. That hits Harlan on the back right knee. You see him shake it off, trot over to first base, where he'll stand with runners now on the corners. And Josh Pearson, the 9-hole hitter and the right fielder, comes up again. To this point in the game, through 3 1/3, Magdel Cotto has yet to register a strikeout.
He just looked like out of the gate, you could tell he was pumping adrenaline. And very quickly, he seemed to get thrown off his rhythm.
He just got ahead on every guy 0-2. It just, he hasn't had his secondary pitches to finish off hitters, and that's what separates you in the postseason. Is if you have what you need, your entire repertoire working to be able to finish these guys off.
Brings Josh Pearson to the plate, the LSU product, played in 23 games this season, through 55 at-bats, registered 10 hits, so 182 batting average. Struggled to get it going with a wood bat this season. Did have a home run and 5 RBI in the regular season. A couple of doubles as well. Stands in here with runners in the corners. Cotuit trying to do more damage. Taking a lot of time here. I'm with that baby. Not happy.
Yeah, the infield's going to basically remain in except for Patelli at short. So the Hawks, even with the double play in order, really focus on that runner at third.
Patelli shifts over, leaves that big open gap on the left side as Koto deals home. That one, a would-be double play ball, is over the head of Riku Nishida. The Harbor Hawks are playing so far in as another run comes home, and the throw to third thankfully doesn't get away from anybody. But the Harbor Hawks are playing in. Not the wrong decision by any means, but a genius piece of hitting from Josh Pearson. Just slap that one down and pop it over Riku Nishida.
I was worried about the throw in from right field by Mike Sirota. That almost gave Pearson a chance to advance to second, and the Kettleers are just pouring it on now.
Well, that is going to do it for Magdel Cotto's day. Eric Beattie is going to come out, and Tommy O'Rourke will come out of the bullpen for Hyannis. Cotto's day ends. 5 runs on the board, 9 hits given up in this one as well. And he's got Trotter Harlan over at third base, Josh Pearson over at first. When we return with a new pitcher on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to? Adding a takeout window?
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not gonna have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
With Hood Milk, you can trust your family is getting high-quality milk in every nutritious and delicious drop. It begins here on farms that Hood selects, with farmers who uphold the highest standards and who pledge to never use artificial growth hormones. And you'll see that care continue right to your home with our Light Block bottle, which protects the fresh taste of your milk. At Hood, we never stop caring about our milk because you never stop caring about your family. Always good, always Hood.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
We bring you back to McKeon Park with a new pitcher on the bump, and it's not Tommy O'Rourke. Instead, it's Patrick Harrington for the Harbor Hawks, who has played plenty of baseball on Cape Cod this season, just not for Hyannis. He started 4 games for Wareham earlier this year, was dropped by the Gateman, picked up by Hyannis, and Assumption College product, who is transferring to Northeastern next season. And Zach, he's in quite the spot here for Hyannis.
Well, this, I hate to word it as such because it's so early in the game, but if you can get out of this inning without surrendering another run, I think that could be a momentum boost that could send the Harbor Hawks maybe into a rally, but 5-0, that's still manageable to an extent. If you go down 6, 7, 8 runs, I don't know how you come back from that.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times this season that Hyannis, and that's why some of the numbers are so gaudy defensively. Hyannis gave up the 8th most earned runs in the regular season, 7th in hits allowed. They were 9th in home runs allowed, 9th in slugging allowed, and a big part of that was not every game, but it was every 5th or 6th game they'd allow, 10, 11, 12 runs to an opposing team. And if you get to a hole like that today, granted, the Harbor Hawks have played plenty of games where they've gone those, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, but with the bats as quiet as they are, 9 up, 9 down, and this one, not pretty.
Hey, I mean, look, last night Orleans went up 6-0, 10-3, and they ended up blowing the game. So it ain't over till it's over.
It is the playoffs.
Yeah.
And boy, if yesterday taught us anything, nothing is off limits.
What, yesterday we had the first walk-off homer in the playoffs since 07?
A brawl in a game that came back and played at noon today.
Yeah, Mazdak and I got up and went over to Red Wilson.
It is Tommy Troy at the plate here for Cotuit, who's down 0-2. Arrington is ahead, and can't imagine he gives him a fastball here. So I hope he doesn't. He does give him a fastball, but it's a double play ball that hits a lip on the infield and bounces right over Don Patelli's head. That is a routine play, but a divot on the infield sends that ball right over Don Patelli's head.
Also brings home the 6th run of the game.
There's nothing you do with that. For Dom, you are set up, and there is look. Doesn't matter where you are if you're Dom. You are set up perfectly for that play.
I mean, Dom will make that play 99 times out of 100.
How about Harrington too? He makes the best hitter in the Cotuit order roll into what would have been a double play ball. It's gotta really hurt if you're the new pitcher, Harrington on the mound. It was a great pitch.
1 down, now coming to the plate, the 2-hole hitter Ryan Ignoffo, and Josh Swam says first walk-off homer in the Cape League playoffs since at least 2007. A guy who went back and researched the stat.
It was Dylan Goldstein of Brewster.
One of their newer additions, too.
Teammates of Jackson Ross and Nolan Shonowell at FAU.
Arrington is ahead here 0-1 on Ignafo, and Ignafo comes down to the left side. He's a guy that, well, if you wanted to pitch around Tommy Troy, now you're pitching around Ignafo too, because he's hit 2 home runs against you in just 2 games.
Well, he pulled one down the left field line, then his home run in this game goes opposite field. So clearly this guy has power to every part of the ballpark.
Well, he had 14 homers in only 44 games at Eastern Illinois.
That's a big number, huh?
Yeah. Any CBL home run derby champion had 11 home runs
in only
138 bat. Yeah. He has
Power.
a home run every 3 games. He bounces that one to the left side. Jeb tags third base. The throw to first is not going to happen. They'll hold it there. There'll be runners on first and second, but the fielder's choice is Mitch Jeb handles Ignafo himself.
Well, smart play by Mitch Jeb just to step on the bag at third and get the lead runner. Not try to force a throw after we've seen a couple of errors by the Hawks on throws so far tonight. Smart to not try to force anything.
Carter Trice comes the dish, and I don't know if you guys remember yesterday's ball game, but Hyannis was up in that one 6-0. End of the ball game up 9-4 and a win at Cotuit, and Cotuit has a 6-0 lead here today. 1 run in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and now 2 here in the fourth. The guys in maroon. That one's right back down Patelli. Patelli to second base, and Riku Nishida. There is out number 3. Came at a great time with a couple of guys on base. The Harbor Hawks get themselves out of the inning, but not before 2 come across for the Kettleers, and Hyannis, having gone 9 up, 9 down, need to get the bats going. When we come back on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Traffic is treacherous. There's a fender bender on the pike. Gonna be a wicked commute. The expressway's backed up to the gas tanks. Gridlock. Crawl. Snarl. Jamma. Bottleneck. Log jam. 128 is a parking lot. You'll be late for supper tonight.
Keeping your car road ready is what we do best. At Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there.
Hey, we get you there too.
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing ice hockey. Using pool noodles. Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Welcome back to the Harrison Cohen Show. I'm Drake Toll alongside Zach Berman and Austin Dakuda. We all get a front row seat for it. The righty has been lights out. 9 guys, the Harbor Hawks step to the plate. 9 guys have walked back to the dugout without a hit.
Well, now your hope is that the Hawks, who send their top of the order to the plate this inning, can start to put something together against Cohen, second time through the lineup. So we'll see if that has any effect. I mean, he's been absolutely stellar so far, near perfect. And really, what do you do if you're the Hawks besides try to make adjustments your second time through? You've seen him once. Maybe that will help him out here.
Well, getting a hit against Harrison Cohen is about like winning the lottery so far in this game. And the Massachusetts State Lottery is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. They're celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to many lottery games that help support all
351
cities and towns across the
Commonwealth.
Here's to 50 years of winning and
50 more.
Hey, thank you very much. We should start like a barbershop quartet. Barbershop triplet? Triptet? What is that? What is that gonna be?
Singlet over there with yourself.
Oh,
I'm all set.
Do I have to have a barbershop?
No.
I went to the barbershop today, actually.
Did you?
Angel? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got cut by an angel.
Looks good.
You like that? We get Mike in there. There's a quartet.
Yeah.
All right. Going deals on to Riku Nishida. That ball comes across right at about the numbers, and it's a called strike for Nishida. The strike zone does go a little bit higher than you see on most guys that aren't 5'6".
Well, the last time Riku saw Cohen, that was that July 29th game, Riku hit a double off the wall and bat flipped it.
Yeah, you know, these guys played well against Cohen last time. The 0-1 to Nishida. He checks his swing and he went.
This time it's all Harrison Cohen, and even in Riku's first at-bat was a weak rollover to the pitcher.
Yeah.
Now behind 0-2, he's going to shorten up his approach and try to stretch his at-bat out a bit, but I'm not sure it matters against Harrison Cohen right now.
I don't think it's all Harrison Cohen. I think a big part of that is that guy wearing number 15 behind the plate.
The 0-2 to Nishida. That one's in the dirt right through the 5-hole Loma Vita. Do you think if this score holds and Cotuit Hyannis square off tomorrow, they go Loma Vita 2 days in a row?
You have to. Watching Harris last night versus Loma Vita today, it's, I mean, head and shoulders right now. Caleb Loma Vita is Well, I mean, he's a major league catcher, the way he looks at this level. He is going to be playing in the major leagues behind the plate. This guy is
a stud.
Yeah.
Nishida watches one of the dirt. Count evens itself at 2-2.
I mean, I think a big part of what Loma Vida does behind the plate, it's not only how he presents the ball once it's in his mitten to the umpire, it's his pitch sequences, the way he calls the game. You can tell they're kind of letting him call it himself, and it's kept hitters off balance. And even when he came into the game in the back half yesterday, it was a big difference.
Now a 2-2 to Nishida. Watches one low in the dirt.
Okay.
Cohen is now the Cotuit fans didn't like that one.
Oh.
That's very interesting. A ball away here on a 3-2 count to Nishida from the first base runner of the game for the Harbor Hawks and a guy who led the league in stolen bases this year.
I mean, Loma Vida stuck his hand out to the left of the plate.
Yeah. That was a ball. I mean, it was in the right-handed batter's box, so go ahead and lock that one in pretty confidently. The 3-2 now to Nishida's tap foul to the left side. Eric Beattie makes the play.
I once saw that get called a strike in an Expedition League game last year.
A pitch out. We saw a pitch out called a strike this season.
There was a pitch out called a strike. Both the batter
Nishida went
and
down
two
on strike,
coaches got ejected.
Wow.
Yeah.
The batter got ejected.
Batter
and
got
coaches.
ejected, and the head coach and the batting coach were all
Expedition
ejected.
League, man,
Yeah.
the war stories. Count is full. Cohen winds, deals off the payoff. Nishida right back to first base. Ignafo makes the play.
That's a heck of a play by Ignafo. He's quick over at the first base spot, fields his position, and just takes it himself as quick as he can to get one of the fastest runners in the league.
Man, this is looking like the Cotuit buzzsaw we saw earlier in the season. They started off, what, 9-0? This is looking like that team.
Yeah, something like that. Cotuit had it clicking, and they lost a whole bunch of guys in the middle of the season. They dropped off for a while, and then here you go. I mean, the team picks it right back up. They get a little more hot going to the playoffs. Their last week looked a lot like Hyannis. Both these teams kind of tread water the last few days. You wanted to play Cotuit in round one. It didn't seem like that was feasible with a week left to go. A lot had to go really wrong for Hyannis, which it did in the end, as Mitch Jebb comes to dish now. Jebb was
it's not
very obviously second in the category for player of the year behind Matt Shaw. I mean, this guy was electric, and you haven't seen it quite yet in this series, but boy, did he put on a show day in, day out in the regular season. Sends one to right field, back near the track, and just shy of it by about 10 feet, and making the catch is Josh Pearson.
I wouldn't say that it was necessarily you wanted to play Cotuit as much as you wanted to avoid the Bourne Braves that went into the playoffs 8-1-1 in their last 10. And yeah, no, Bourne's a little bit scary right now, not gonna lie.
Well, they were down early in that game last night against Falmouth, what, 3-0, and they came back to win.
And you'll never guess what doomed the Falmouth Commodores last night.
Oh, it wasn't their league.
Yep.
Yeah, they led the league in that.
Well, you know who was second in the league in errors?
The Cotuit
That
Kettleers.
is the
but
Cotuit Kettleers.
Tonight they've played a clean ball game.
Right. Again, opposite script of last night. Errors hurt
Completely.
Cotuit
It's
in last night's
completely
game.
the flip of last night's game.
For Hyannis, that's what it's been tonight. And Cotuit this season, in the errors category, they had 56 of those, 9th in the league. They gave up a league-worst 32 unearned runs. So a lot of their pitchers are going out throwing gems, but with the fielders, those kind of mistakes bite you so much. And in a game like this for Hyannis, you got to start chipping away, taking advantage of that. We haven't even seen the Harbor Hawks make great hard contact consistently to do that much. And a 2-0 pitch. That one's a called strike on McKeon. Looked a little low there. They'll say it was at the knees, and now a 2-1 count.
Cole's been a consistent hitter all season long. Ahead in counts, he will attack a fastball if he gets one inside because he enjoys pulling the baseball.
2-1 to McConnell. McConnell sends it to right field. Pearson coming on. Pearson dives and makes the catch. 12 batters, 12 outs. The Harbor Hawks, nothing doing offensively against Harrison Cohen. We go to the top of the 5th where Hyannis tries to let the bleeding somehow on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Bronk.
What up, TB?
What do you think my next move should be? Give it to me straight. Maybe it's just time I hang him up.
I got one word for you. Retirement. If you retire now, you're gonna be walking on soft sand in a week. Just come to Florida and feel the wind in your hair. Retirement is like winning another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
On the Spotty Network, this is what Tom heard.
If you retire now, you're soft and weak. Just come to Florida and win another one. Maybe I'll even join you.
Just go win another one.
Like it's that easy, Gronk. Maybe it is.
I still feel like I have a lot to accomplish.
My goal is to win one more.
And Gronk's coming with me.
I'm retired from retiring? Mom, where are my football pants?
Don't trust big decisions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the GOAT in 5G.
And I'm not soft or weak either.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Back on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, and Patrick Harrington on the bump here for Hyannis. And it has been one of those days for the Harbor Hawks. 6 runs have crossed for Cotuit on 10 hits. Hyannis has a couple of errors, and you know the day is really going bad for you when you get an easy double play ball, hits a lip on the infield, and bounces 7 feet over Don Patelli's head.
Yeah, it's that saying, when it rains, it pours, and last night that was true for the Cotuit Kettleers, and tonight it's true for the Harbor Hawks, who seemingly haven't had much go their way. But one thing that has, I guess, would be Patrick Harrington out of the bullpen. He came in and he pretty much had a double play ball right there, but it took the hop. Then he gets the next 2 guys out, so a good sign for the right-hander. Hope he can give him some innings here in the middle of this ball game. Try to give it to a point where the Harbor Hawks don't have to chase any more runs than they already are.
A first pitch, dealt to Caleb Lomavida's a ball outside. The Harbor Hawks in the regular season struck out 418 batters. That was good enough for 3rd on Cape Cod. The pitching arsenal that Hyannis threw out was really lights out up until around the last 15 games or so, where things started to waver a bit more, but still the stats are gaudy, and they've struck out so many guys all year long until today, as there's Caleb Lomavida.
I feel bad for
on that one. No strikeouts through the first 4 innings for Hyannis.
I feel bad for Harrington because he came in facing down the gauntlet and really should have gotten himself out of that inning with a double play ball.
1-2. There's a swing and a miss. Lomavida goes down. Poncho has to throw down to first base, and the first strikeout of the day comes from Patrick Harrington.
Okay, let's talk Patrick Harrington. 11 pitches now, 10 strikes to 1 ball.
I mean, if he can give them a 1-2-3 inning here, that would be monumental into the rest of this game, because the Harbor Hawks team, the fans, they're begging for something to get them some energy going. And if he can somehow navigate through this middle of this order without giving up a hit, that'd be huge.
It is any semblance of momentum here for the Harbor Hawks would be huge. There's a soft grounder over to Nolan Shotwell, who tags the bag and records the second out of the top of the 5th inning, getting Eddie Park.
Terrific work by Harrington. We just said it, but what a pitch there, just to get one of the better hitters to roll over on the first pitch of the AB, and now try to get Galani here. And it's really been, I believe it's a changeup that Harrington's throwing in the low 80s that he's been having some success with so far.
Well, the scouting report says that you cannot throw a lot of fastballs against this Cotuit team.
Right.
I mean, they've got great power across the board, and all of these guys for Cotuit have been hot. The bats have been hot recently. And coming out tonight, Kodo comes 95 from the left side, gets ahead 0-2, but as soon as Cotuit adjusted to that, it was a field day. 10 hits on the board already.
All over the fastball tonight.
Harrington evens the count at 1-1 with an 83-mile-an-hour ball outside.
And that's why Zach Volker was so good yesterday, because the way he pitches, Cotuit hates playing against.
Now the 1-1 from Harrington, fouled out of play.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a couple other guys on this roster that certainly have pitched well against Cotuit because of their off-speed. Austin Strickland, one of them, with a solid breaking ball and a slider, and that's where you're seeing Harrington have success. He's getting off the fastball early. He's tried to finish a couple guys with it, as you saw the late swing there, but 1-2, a few different ways he can go here to try to end the at-bat.
Now the 1-2 from Harrington. That one's sky to right field. Sorota's going back. Not enough room. That's another one. The Cotuit Kettleers add one more, and Ryan Galani goes big bomb.
Yeah, opposite field, and he crushed it. Just hung the slider over the plate, and as Galani watched it break across the zone, he just waited it out and took it off Otako for a solo shot.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say about that except you can't hang the slider right over the heart of the plate. And that takes a lot of strength to take that pitch opposite field right down the line. That cleared the fence by a good distance.
Woo!
See how he bounces back now. That's the key here.
This escalated quickly. A run in every inning through the first 5 for the Kettleers. They have 11 hits. The Harbor Hawks have 0 hits. No base runners at this point.
Yeah.
That is Not great, necessarily, as Pancho Ruiz pulls that one up out of the air. It's Enrique Bradfield Jr. at the dish. Bradfield today is 1 for 1. And he sends that one to Mike Sirota. He's now 1 for 2. Not before Delaney goes yard, and the Harbor Hawks now trail this one 7-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, looking for something offensively. I don't even care if it's reaching on an error. Just a base runner on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history.
My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family. There's no family.
There's no family like my family. Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Well, it at least shaped up to be a beautiful night for baseball. So great crowd here tonight. See a guy in a Harwich hat. He's lost. Sorry, guy. Your team's in the playoffs tonight, actually. You still got some time to get over there. Guy down there in the Blue Jays hat. Wrong country, but thanks for being here.
Leading off for the Harbor Hawks.
The beach chairs.
The poker table is back.
Poker table's back. Pretty good addition to the park here at McKeon. Anything else positive that you guys can think of right now?
Just got a wave from Bria Lawson.
Jackson Ross is coming to the dish, and he's seeing the ball better.
The Owl's back in the booth.
Okay. I'll take both of those. I'll parlay them together and see what we get. Ross steps the dish against no, Clayton Kershaw's the pitcher. I think Sammy Kershaw's the singer. Is that right?
You were going to say Sandy Koufax.
No. I could have said yes there and saved my own self, but I wasn't going to say Sandy Koufax. That guy was a pitcher.
Yeah, the way Cohen's pitching tonight, he's looking at like Cy Young.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been spectacular.
You ever watch video of Cy Young playing baseball?
Well, we don't even know if he existed because there was no video back then, I think, right?
So how good was he?
Well, stats tell any story. They named the award after him, so.
Yeah. Well,
apparently
the guy
good enough.
He threw like 300 innings in a year or something.
Yeah, year-round.
Right.
I'll start every game for you.
No lights there. Oh, that ball is foul. But, woo, sent it to the stratosphere. Got way up under that one and sent it a long way. Ross got some good power.
Yeah, he does. And we haven't seen it on display quite yet, but that was the first hint of it. So see if that translates to on the field here.
He hit one off the wall last night.
Yeah, he did do that. We would like to see some of that at some point today. The 1-2. That one's fouled the other way. 83-mile-an-hour off speed from Harrison Cohen. And fans can keep the foul ball. That's always my favorite. That ball is pretty squarely in a bush over there, so go on. You got it.
You find it, you can keep it.
It's yours, all you.
It's literally finders keepers.
About 7 more with it. Maybe a snake or 2. 1-2. Ball outside. There are some Cotuit fans here in attendance today.
Yeah, there are.
They brought a contingent, huh?
They did. Very well-traveled group.
Now a 2-2. Clock read 93 on that one.
Had some zip to it, that's for one thing.
Going deals home. That one's in the dirt-ish. About an inch or 2 off the ground.
Just
and now Ross
just
has
a
worked the count full. The Harbor Hawks, for the second time today, are 1 ball away from their first base runner, and I think this place would explode.
Yeah. Just a walk, a catcher's interference, anything.
The 3-2. Deals home. Ross right back in the middle. Cohen can't play it, and Ross is safe at first base. That'll do it.
All right.
You see it. Standing ovation. The crowd is up. The crowd is in it. Very seldom does your first hit of the game get that kind of response, but when you have gone 12 up and 12 down, that'll do. That at least feels a little good.
And it'll be an infield single, too, for Ross. So this sets the table. Now it lightens the load on the next guy. You're not going up to the plate thinking, man, we don't have a single base runner today. You can just kind of focus on your at-bat, your task at hand.
No outs, too. so that plays in your favor. My God. If there's a double play ball right here, that's it. That is it.
Listen to this crowd.
Well, it's the Cotuit fans trying to pump up their pitcher. And now the Harbor Hawk fans clapping of their own here.
Yeah. Both sides responding to one another. I say let's, you say go.
See, in Hyannis, it doesn't take a bullhorn. The crowd just gets loud.
I think you mean Buzzards Bay, my friend. First pitch to Ruiz. Pancho watches the ball outside. Oh. I love the banter between the two sides.
Let's go, Cohen!
Well,
that lady, she's a Cotuit fan.
Well, you know, you can tell deep down there's a lot of respect between these two sides, you know, in the stands.
Throw over and...
You know, we saw this in Bourne. I don't know what it is with teams trying to pick off Jackson Ross, but he induces about 8 throwovers a game, and the guy stole like 2 bases all season. Unless we're looking at the wrong Jackson Ross.
Ken Griffey Jr. They compare his base running abilities to Ken Griffey Jr. Pancho Ruiz sends that to right field and into the glove of Josh Pearson. How many times have we seen a ball decently hit Josh Pearson's way tonight?
Right there, just right at him, and that's just when things are not going your team's way. It seems to happen. Now Dom Patelli with a chance here to maybe get on one of those fastballs, seeing it a second time through.
We saw Dom Patelli do some damage at Orleans earlier this season. At no point in time have we ever said the words Dom Bomb. And I think now 46 games into the season, we've really missed the boat.
Yeah, we have.
I'd love to see one right now.
Oh, that'll do it. I think Dom sends one to left field and tracking back, and making the catch. To record the second out is Eddie Park.
Well, the Hawks are hitting the ball much harder the second time through the bottom half of the order.
Hooray.
So that's a plus. They're seeing it better from Cohen, and yeah, he's got a good point. That's where Jackson Ross was.
Yeah, when the Owl was on the desk, Ross hit a single, and when you picked it up, the next 2 guys hit the ball straight into the gloves of the outfield.
Well, if you're listening at home, hey. If you're listening in your car, also hello. If you're listening at the ballpark tonight, wow, thank you. If you had a glimpse into our broadcast booth, we have an owl. There's a cut and a miss for Drew Earhart. We have an owl. It's plastic.
Well, yes,
Harbor Hawks have one in their dugout as well. Beattie talked about it pregame, and it sits in the broadcast booth. One other owl sits in the dugout. They're the rally owls, and need about 8 of those today. Earhart. Right to the shortstop, Troy. Throw to first is... No, it gets away! All right. Harbor Hawks showing a little bit of business there. Ross over to third base, pumping the brakes at third. There's nobody covering home, but Hyannis doesn't test it. They'll have 2 in scoring position, and there is a uncharacteristic error from Tommy Troy. Had one of those yesterday. So now he's got another that gives the Harbor Hawks a runner on second, a runner on third, and Nolan Shonawell at the plate.
You have to capitalize here. This is your chance to at least chip away at this lead that Cotuit has built up. And although it's with 2 outs, they just gifted you runners on second and third. No other player I'd rather have at the plate right now than Nolan Shonawell, the way he swung the bat yesterday.
Can you make this up? When the Owl was not on the desk, 2 outs. When the Owl was sitting on the desk, what do you know? I'm also very superstitious. That's something that, I don't really let in. But
you did have your sunglasses on yesterday. Tell you have your glasses. So.
Not good, Zach.
Yeah.
I wore the same underwear. I didn't wash a thing. First pitch is
clearly that's
low.
not working.
Well, your switch to the glasses maybe would have done it.
Exactly.
You had the contacts in yesterday.
Yeah, my eyes are bothering me. You wear contacts too many days at once.
I can attest to that, yeah.
You wear contacts every day.
Yeah, but I do take a break once in a while.
I also just got these glasses.
You're just not that guy?
Yesterday.
Yeah,
These are
more
new
of a
glasses.
Contacts sometimes guy. I wear contacts no times.
Aren't you
despite
cool? Despite squinting.
Despite my psychiatrist recommending that I do.
Let's go, Harrison!
That girl really wants Harrison to go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where she wants him to go. She wants him to go.
Well, let's see what
I gotta simmer that down.
What Shonawell can do now. Ahead at 2-0 in the count, likely getting a fastball.
Maybe. Hopefully. What is he gonna do with it? He goes 2.
Change call. Well, it's not the fastball.
It was that changeup. It was the changeup.
Look at a slider to me.
Slider.
It's now 2-1.
The slider has been that pitch for Cohen tonight. He's placed it really well, and he's gotten to jam a couple good Hyannis bats along the way.
2-1 to Shonawell. There's the fastball, and it's fouled off behind him. Count evens at 2-2.
Just missed that pitch. Shonawell straight back, a line drive off the backstop.
Both of these fan bases, a few thousand in attendance tonight for both Hyannis and Cotuit. They've all gotten into it. There's barely an open seat in the house on either side. Packed them all in tonight. Now you got a 2-2 count, runner on second and third. Cotuit's still up 7-0, but the Harbor Hawks chasing momentum here.
Yeah, would be big here for Shonawell.
2-2 pitch from Cohen. Called strike 3. Loma Vida set up outside. And I think that's the case that Shonowell's making there. The pitch was off the plate by a couple of inches, but they'll go to the dugout and we'll go to the top of the 6th. It is still 7-0. Strainham on 2nd and 3rd on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
What are you looking forward to?
Adding a takeout window.
And more locations.
Paying off my student loans.
Juggling my 4 small businesses and staying sane.
Raising my allowance.
Finishing my painting and starting the next one.
Catching a keeper. Cashing anything.
Making the most of my retirement.
Checking my balance and hopefully having one.
Whatever you want for your family, your business, or your community, talk to us at Cape Cod 5 because we're looking forward to helping you.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College continuing in graduate studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not gonna have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Welcome back to 3 Sad Guys talking about a baseball game. I'm Drake Toll, Sad Guy 3. That's Austin Akuta, Sad Guy 2. Zach Berman, Sad Guy 1. What do you got there, Zach Berman? Donald Duck GIF house.
Yeah.
You have Googled.
I couldn't figure out. There is a GIF of an angry
Stomping,
Donald Duck stomping
no,
around.
I know. I've seen that one. Carter Harlan goes to left field, and Jackson Ross sets him down. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hello, Patrick Harrington. Thank you very much for that one.
Besides the solo shot, Harrington's been really reliable so far tonight. Really only missed with 1 pitch so far.
And was made pay on that one.
The way the Kets are swinging the bat tonight, you can't miss with anything.
It's funny, that girl was yelling, "Let's go Harrison." She hasn't said a thing about Patrick Harrington at this point.
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe she was saying, "Let's go Harrington."
That might have been it.
Is that what it was?
Harrington represents, he's it's a big spot for him. Not only because, hey, maybe you can't count a rally quite out, but at the same time, he can save a bunch of your top bullpen arms for what could be an all-hands-on-deck win-or-go-home game tomorrow.
Yeah, Jordy Allard exists, so that's a positive, as that one is skied on the infield. Riku Nishida comes over and is called off by Don Patelli, who retires Josh Pearson.
Well, you got to think tomorrow you're going to see Langenberg, Allard, Austin Strickland, because you can't go home without using your best arms.
Right.
You're going to have to use them at some point. And
likely Barry to start as well.
Yeah, it's the winner go home. And I think Jake Berry's repertoire really matches up well against the Kettleers. But, task at hand now, top of the 6th inning, and the Hawks are just looking to – a clean inning would be huge. You need to put a 0 up on that top half of the scoreboard. It's all numbers so far for the Kettleers.
There's a beautiful breaking ball from Patrick Harrington. Obviously, it was low and a ball, but the break on that, not only that, but the speed at which it broke, a lot of potential we've seen from him tonight. And throws a strike there, called on Tommy Troy. He goes breaking ball, breaking ball.
How about these 3 newer relievers the Hawks have had? Holland Downs, Patrick Harrington, and Braden Nelson. All 3 of them have been pretty good.
Hey. You're 1 pop fly away for your first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Riku Nishida says thank you very much.
Okay.
Hyannis had runners on 2nd and 3rd. Couldn't get anybody across, but they go 1, 2, and 3. The bats are at least a little more alive. Maybe you do something in the last 4 innings of this ball game. But before we get to that, we get to Bria Losick, who's baseline now.
Thanks, Drake. It's a packed house here tonight at McKeon Park, and for good reason. The Harbor Hawks are hosting their first playoff game since 2018. Last night at Lowell Park, they captured their first playoff win since August 7th of 2015. To get their first playoff series win in 7 years, the Harbor Hawks have to get past a familiar foe in Cotuit. The Harbor Hawks have not lost a playoff series to the Kettleers since 1983, but the Kets are definitely challenging that here tonight. They're out hitting the Harbor Hawks 11-1 after 6 innings of play. That will force Game 3 of this series tomorrow at Lowell Park, but we've still got plenty of baseball to play. Back to you guys.
It's the Patriot Cup turned playoffs. Cotuit and Hyannis, they squared off in 2015. Hyannis swept that series against the Kettleers in the postseason, so you've seen the Patriot Cup go past the regular season plenty of times. And one thing to note today, been looking at the Kettleers, and you talk about the full body work they put together this season was really solid, but the one thing that could come back to bite them here, especially in the playoffs, the fact that to end off the regular season, they lost an off day. So they haven't had a technical off day now since right after the All-Star break. So July 28th was their last official off day, and they've been playing a whole lot of baseball day in, day out, day in, day out.
Yeah.
They had to play for the West. They played Bourne for the #1 spot overall, so you threw a bunch of your good guys then. And this is a team that you're going to get at some point deeper and deeper into their bullpen.
Yeah, and the game that they had to play Bourne on that Wednesday was due to a rainout earlier in the week, and it wasn't like it was an off day because of the rainout. They were at the ballpark when the rainout was called, so they only had maybe a couple hours off, but they still went through their entire routine before that rain delay.
But it's 9-1-2 for the Harbor Hawks. Mike Sirota due up, Riku Nishida, then Mitch Jebb. The one arm that Hyannis has not seen yet in this series, haven't seen him in a little bit now, is Cam Schulke, a guy who was a Harbor Hawk, didn't get a shot to pitch for Hyannis, and, well, now he's a Cotuit Kettleer and is a front runner for reliever of the year. And the 1-1 to Sirota. Cohen deals it home, and that's a called ball inside. Cohen, to this point, that was his 78th pitch. So a guy that saw 380 batters in the spring and has had a haul this summer. Now he's thrown, did I say 78?
Yeah.
I meant 68. Now he's thrown 68 pitches today. Sirota watches another ball. He's ahead in the count 3-1.
Starts with you, Mike Sirota here. 9-hitter setting the table for the top of the order. See if Sirota can get on any way possible to lead off this inning would be terrific.
You heard she said it again. Let's go Harrington. Do you think she knows that is not Patrick Harrington on the bump anymore? Doesn't know. Sirota fouls it off.
So it's interesting, before the 2015 series, Hyannis had not played YD in the playoffs since 1983.
And we're still not.
What?
What was that? What? We're playing Cotuit.
Where did that come from?
Hawks and Kettleers have only played.
You said YD.
I meant to say.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
3-2. And Sirota fouls another one away.
Since, the Cape League really became what it was in 1976 when the league consolidated, the Harbor Hawks, they played them in 1982. They beat them in the semis and lost to it in the semis in 83, and then went from 83
the
to
3-2 pitch. Sirota sends that one to center field. Enrique Bradfield Jr. makes the catch, and Zach.
Another well-hit ball.
Oh, no.
The Harbor Hawks went from 1983 to 2015 without seeing their crosstown foes in the playoffs.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I wasn't even alive.
See, usually you say that sarcastically. You actually weren't alive.
No, I wasn't. No.
None of us were.
Not in 83, no. Can't say I was.
Man.
What would you have been doing?
I don't know. Maybe calling the game? I doubt it.
Yeah, there wasn't any broadcast in 83.
No, there wasn't.
So
broadcast in the Cape League didn't start till 02.
Something, I bet.
No, it was 02.
Okay. Riku Nishida, leadoff hitter of the dish. Righty-lefty. Cohen in the windup, where he's been all game long. I mean, the guy's been so comfortable. He's only seen a base runner in one inning. That was a fifth. We had runners on second and third and got out of that pretty quick.
This guy's just been in a groove the entire game. That's really the best way you can say it.
Scoop was alive in 83, by the way. Thought you should know. 0-1 to Nishida. That's not a strike.
And again with Sirota, another well-hit ball. The Harbor Hawks, it's not like they haven't gotten contact off of Harrison Cohen. They've had a couple warning track shots here and there, but every ball seems to find a glove. It's been that kind of game.
Yeah. Nishida swings and misses. Now down to the count 1-2.
That's the one area Riku struggles with is down and in. You saw him kind of pull the head out. He tries to golf it away, but 1-2, he's still a strong hitter with 2 strikes. Let's see if that approach changes, and if he can at least put a ball in play against Cohen would be key.
Harrison Cohen with 1 down and nobody on to the bottom of the 6th. Ahead 1-2 on Riku Nishida. Nishida watches one way outside, and Zach, you alluded to it earlier, and you're exactly right. Caleb Lomavita behind the dish is just he's a game changer.
No, he has been a complete and utter difference maker. There's really not much more you can say. This guy, it is night and day.
2-2 from Cohen to Nishida. Riku, it's a base hit through the left side. The fastest guy on Cape Cod stands at first base. He thought about stretching it to 2, stands over at 1, and maybe that gets your offense going with Mitch Jebb coming up.
Yeah, and this is the one time where I'm not all in on a Riku Nishida steal a second base. Now that you're on, there's no reason to run into outs on the base pass, even though he probably could steal it safely. With Mitch Jebb at the plate, just continue to pass the baton to the next guy, move through this order, and try to at least extend the inning. And well, that's going to be a mound visit for Mike Roberts. We know it doesn't always mean a pitching change, though.
We have seen a couple Kettleer arms here and there warming sporadically. I don't think they're going to yank him. I think if you're Mike Roberts, you want to get Harrison Cohen through the 6th. He has shown nothing that says he cannot.
I don't want to see Cam. I do want to see Cam Schulke today. Throw that out there. I don't think 7-0 is close enough though to see the best closer of the Kettleers. Meaning, they'll have his arm ready to go tomorrow.
That's the thing, because if Cotuit wants to win the series, they not only have to win today, but they have to think about tomorrow. Even with their backs against the wall today, they have to save something for the elimination game tomorrow.
So Mike Roberts runs back to the dugout, put a good charge into that one, and now the count at 0-0 for a new batter, Mitch Jebb.
Yeah, we'll see what Mitch can do here. He's at least seeing the ball well so far tonight. His last flyout was hit hard, just right at the right fielder Pearson.
Harbor Hawks just trying to produce something. Riku Nishida at first base, a great spot to do it. You get your 2-hole and your 3-hole due up. Swing and a miss from Mitch Jebb, a ball that landed in front of the plate in the dirt.
That was the changeup. I mean, he threw it early on in his at-bat, just takes off the outside edge of the plate. Really good pitch, just dips off like a circle change there. Riku did start and stop off at first. Don't know if he'll go in motion again here, but Cotuit not really paying much attention to him.
Now the 0-1 from Cohen to Jebb. Cohen has surpassed 70 pitches today. Checks over to Riku, and really impressive pickoff move there.
Yeah, Cohen, 52 strikes to 26 balls.
Yeah.
We've seen some good pitching performances here over the course of this season. This is right up with the best of them. Might be, I'd say it's either this or Ben Shields last weekend.
The 0-1 with 1 down. Nishida over at first. Nishida goes. Lomavita's throw to second base is in time.
Yeah. I don't see. Problem there is even if you want to argue safe or out, there's just no point in running. You're down 7-0. You need every base runner you can. Just not a spot to run.
There is your semblance of momentum that you've had in this ball game, and it's all gone. Now 0-2 to Mitch Jebb. Cohen feels a lot safer, and
2 outs now.
Yeah. 2 outs, 0-2. Nobody on. Again, you had the inkling to momentum there, and now nothing as Jebb takes the ball outside. Cohen's last appearance against Hyannis on July 29th was in a 7-3 loss here at McKeon. 4 innings, 3 earned runs, allowed 8 hits, walked 2 guys as well, and today has just flipped the script.
Mitch Jebb and a home run in that game.
One more, Harrison.
Yeah, he's not done that yet.
Off of Harrison Cohen.
Yeah, has not done that yet today. That was a fun game.
Tonight, not so much.
No, this one is not as fun. No, not as fun as that one. Count even on Jebb, 2-2. Mitch Jebb to the left side, through for a base hit. With Riku Nishida standing on first, He's undoubtedly standing on second, maybe even third, because you saw how far Galaney had to come on the infield there with that ball getting past him.
Well, that's why I said it as soon as Nishida got on. There was no reason to be trying to steal a base in this situation. Unfortunately, Riku was thrown out, and rather than first and second with 1 out, you have first with 2 outs.
So now Cole McConnell comes the dish. McConnell finished 15th in batting average on Cape Cod with 264 this season. Second in RBI, had 22 of those with 11 stolen bases as well. Speedy center fielder is, granted, we're biased, but even from a 30,000-foot view, probably the best defensive center fielder we saw this season. Impeccable range, and we've seen him come up with big-time hits in big-time scenarios. And here, even if you hit one over the wall, it's still a 5-run game.
Got to chip away at some point. You can't wait till you get too deep into this game. Obviously, bottom of the 6th is pretty well into this game, but
yeah,
if you can get something away with you in this inning, it gives you some confidence heading into the final 3 innings.
The 0-1 to McConnell. Cole to the right side and down for a base hit. Mitch Jebb is going to hold up at second base, diving back in, and well, there you go. Riku Nishida almost certainly scores on that hit, and you only have 1 out.
I don't know. I don't know why you're running there.
Construct it all, and that was kind of your scenario to chip away. Now you get Nolan Shotwell. No, you don't. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep doing that.
The other FA.
Shotwell's in the 8 hole today. Jackson Ross, the righty, is the dish. He's got the same helmet. They have the FAU helmet. Toss me that bone at least.
FAU helmet, I think they...
Different numbers today.
Well, they're about the same height, too.
Red jerseys.
Same build, so I get it.
Yeah. They're wearing the same pants.
Yeah. Same cleats.
Both their uniforms are red.
Same Adidas cleats.
Yep. There's a lot of things going on here. The ball low and outside. So, even if you get a charge here from Jackson Ross, I mean, this is, again, a scenario where...
a jolt.
Just whatever you can get. Whatever you can get.
2-0 rally. Let's see what the Hawks can do. This is what you're made of here. Time to get back into this ball game.
Cotuit. Still no serious action in the bullpen, unless Cohen really gets in trouble, as Ross isn't even close to that one. They're going to let him go the full 6, and they may even trot him back out with the 7th, which why wouldn't you? You're up 7-0.
Try to get as much as you can out of a starter in this point and save your bullpen. You got another game ahead of you if you're Cotuit, hoping for another game ahead of you. And the way it's trending right now, that's the case.
It'd be a winner-take-all game tomorrow at Lowell, likely starting at 4 o'clock. The 1-1 to Ross. Swings and misses.
Well, he goes changeup on 1-0, and Ross just fishes for it. Then he brings back a fastball at 92, and Ross is behind it. Now 1-2. Maybe he goes back to the changeup for his put-away pitch.
I think I'm going to be hearing "Let's Go Harrison" in my dreams. I say dreams?
Nightmares.
I think I meant nightmares. 1-2 now to Jackson Ross with a couple of Harbor Hawks on. They stranded 2 last inning in scoring position. Got Jebb at second. McConnell at first.
He balked.
All right. So now it's 2 in scoring position. Whoa!
No.
Well, the umpire
was a fan. It was a fan that yelled that he balked. The entire infield stopped. And now safe over at first base. Everybody stopped.
It was the second base umpire who yelled it, I swear.
Okay. Okay.
I thought
here's what's so odd about that. If he yelled balk, they're not doing anything about it.
I thought he did. Am I wrong? I thought
somebody yelled balk, and it had to have been a fan because the umpires are leaving Jackson Ross over at first base. Well, balk's an automatic dead ball.
It's certainly not a Cotuit fan. You're not going to yell that your own pitcher balked.
Well, that was odd.
So somebody in the ballpark yelled balk. Everybody stopped, and now everybody's safe.
Sure.
So it's Ross at first, McConnell at second, Jebb at third base. Wow. A fan just dictated what's going on the field, and in a pretty big way. The bases are juiced now for Pancho Ruiz. Pancho, the first pitch he sees is outside. So that whole thing about the Kettleers not having anybody in the bullpen has changed. Wow. I mean, that's a routine ground ball out. Now 1-0 from Cohen to Ruiz. Pancho takes a strike.
It was the second base umpire. I just looked back at it on our live stream. He stepped forward, put his both hands up, and said balk.
Wow. And Roberts barely had any protest.
Roberts didn't really argue it.
No protest.
Interesting.
Now 1-1 to Ruiz. Well, not going to matter. That'll do it. We'll see you in the top of the 7th on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
With Hood Milk, you can trust your family is getting high-quality milk in every nutritious and delicious drop. It begins here on farms that Hood selects, with farmers who uphold the highest standards and who pledge to never use artificial growth hormones. And you'll see that care continue right to your home with our Light Block bottle, which protects the fresh taste of your milk. At Hood, we never stop caring about our milk because you never stop caring about your family. Always good, always Hood.
Gannon's Tavern is the home of incredible wings, handcrafted cocktails, ice-cold beer, and Keno. Their innovative tavern menu features seafood, great sandwiches, steaks grilled to perfection, and stunning specialty dishes. There's no better place to watch your favorite New England pro football team than Gannon's Tavern, in their large bar or outside on their covered deck, complete with TV and sound. Gannon's Tavern, 959 Burses Way, Hyannis. Like them on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, soon at Gannon's Tavern.
Back at the Tim Elstrom Broadcast Center. There has been some semblance of baseball occurring today at McKeon Park, and very little of it has gone the way of the guys in red.
Well, yeah, the Harbor Hawks in the red jerseys tonight for Red Shirt Friday, but they have not quite had the game they'd like, and
no, that is
in any aspect, really.
Way to put it. Yeah, you've got 5 hits now.
It's just the complete opposite of last night.
Yeah.
You beat Cotuit last night at their home park in runs, hits. You had made less errors. Your pitchers were better. Tonight you come into your home park at McKeon, and Cotuit's outscoring you. They're out-hitting you. They're fielding cleaner than you right now. And
right.
They threw you a couple bones. You had second and third, 2 outs. You had bases loaded, 2 outs, and you just could not get back into this game.
You know, Hyannis hit 4 straight singles in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That out at second base by Riku is. Yep. We talked about it as soon as he got on base. It didn't make sense to steal, and unfortunately, Riku got a little too comfortable and tried to steal the base in a situation where you really don't want your guys running.
And there are plenty of catchers in this league where you say, all right, go test it.
Yeah,
I mean, yesterday you test Calvin Harris.
Yep.
Caleb Lomavita behind the dish.
Nope.
There are very few guys, especially no guys in that scenario that you want running. There's a big whiff and a miss from Ryan Ignafo.
I just think what's the most surprising aspect of all of this is we haven't seen the Harbor Hawks get beat soundly all season. I mean, there have been 1 or 2 games, but this is an
you saw that Orleans game at home.
Yeah, it was a
Harwich game at home. Do we have to go through all the Ignafo's got an extra base hit. Corralled by Ross. They'll deal it in. Ignafo is at second base.
Hasn't been that kind of guy.
That guy's playing well. Ignafo is now 2 for 4 today as an RBI. Trice comes the dish. It is 2, 3, and 4 that we're due up here in the top of the 7th inning. I don't think anything's going to be in the box tonight, by the way.
No.
So, Trice comes to the dish. Batting .500 after yesterday. Went 1 for 3. So that doesn't make much sense. That's not .500, but that's what the official stat sheet says. So.
Oh.
Well, he's 2 for 3 today, so including the 1 for 3 yesterday, that makes him 3 for 6, which is .500.
Yeah, it's just weird that the batting average would update, but the hits and at-bats wouldn't, you know?
Right.
You would think that they would go in sync together. I'm glad that there's, you know,
separate
there,
stats
though,
for the
right?
playoffs, but
the 1-0. Swing and a miss. So, counts at 1-1.
Oh, Harrington has been a bright spot for the Hawks tonight.
Yeah.
I'd say
that leadoff double was not great, but Harrington, for the most part, aside from the home run, has been solid, 2 2/3. 30 pitches, 22 strikes, so that will play, as they say. A 1-1 to Carter Trice is foul.
They're just all over the fastball tonight. I mean, That one at 92, Trice really started well. Both of his hits are on fastballs. I think heading into tomorrow, not to jump too far ahead, obviously there's still plenty of baseball left, but by the way this one is trending, you have to head in tomorrow. Jake Berry's going to take the bump for the Hawks, and I think his repertoire, as I just mentioned a little bit earlier, I think it matches up better against Cotuit.
Guy, tall lefty, throws a lot more, breaking pitches.
There's a ball high on the 1-2, so the count evens for Harrington to Trice, and again, if this score holds, which 7-0 with 3 innings left does not look great exactly. We will see you again tomorrow at 4 p.m.
I heard it could be earlier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, there were whispers that it could go as far as, oh, boy.
Well, that ball had a family, and it's off the wall, so it will retain its family and offer up a standing-up double to Carter Trice. That ball, yesterday and even earlier today, gets up and gets out, but the wind has completely died down, not as humid, so stays in the ballpark, but still makes this game 8-0.
Yeah, you can't hang a breaking ball like that. That was up in the zone. Another good piece of hitting. Man, they're all over everything tonight.
Yeah, you got some action in the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks here. You could see if they make a pitching change. Looks like Austin Amaral down there.
Yep, that's
warming
him.
Up. So, Caleb Lomavito will come to the dish, and oh, jeez. Roberts is called time.
He's going to pinch run for Trice, and I think I know what the reason he's going to pinch run for Trice, because Carter Trice watched the ball, didn't run out of the box, and I don't think Roberts was too happy with the effort from the Cotuit star. There's no really other explanation for it.
Yeah,
you could tell right away he was kind of giving him a look when he got to second base.
You don't see that very much on Cape Cod, with these guys that are playing with these coaches for the first time, and really you only get them for a couple of months. So it's so tough, too, to be able to foster individual relationships with every one of your players when you have 50 guys, for Cotuit especially, 50 guys that are coming through. Their transactions were higher than the league average this year. You got 50 guys coming through, and that's every single year. So for a guy like Mike Roberts, you've seen a lot of baseball and a lot of different guys, too. Something we haven't seen very much this season.
No, we all thought that ball was gone off the bat, but you have to run that out.
Yeah.
You got the second, but it really could have been a triple the way it bounced away from Ross.
There's a big swing and a miss from Caleb Lomavita. Lomavita, a freshman out of Cal Berkeley, California.
UC
Berkeley, the Golden Bears. He's been pretty good at the whole baseball thing. Was the starting catcher in the All-Star game this season. Magdal Cotto was the starting pitcher in the All-Star game for the West, and he was a starter on the bump today, and things just didn't go well for the big lefty. His final stat line, 3 1/3 with 5 earned runs across. Runner on second, and nobody out here, the 1-1. Bounce back up the middle, Riku Nishida takes over to third. Throw to first is in time, the first out. Off the top of the 7th is recorded. No love chat today. Didn't have none of those guys showed up to play, but
else.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin in XYZ. Easy money on the crypt, man. You know how it goes. For sure.
Can I buy a comeback coin? That'd be fun.
Zach? 3 out of 10.
Yeah. I'd like to score at least 3.
3? Yeah, that'd be good. Get some momentum going into tomorrow. I mean, you're getting to that point where anything, as Nishida will have to look off over at third. Very nicely done. Makes the play at first base.
2 straight smooth plays by Nishida. On a night where there have been not many bright spots, Riku in the field again.
By the way, it was Sam Ruda who came into pinch run. So now Galaney due up at the dish.
Sam
Galaney has hit a home run tonight. Solo shot earlier in the ball game. Would like to specifically request that he refrain from doing so again. For 4 yesterday. 2 strikeouts. Swing and a miss.
It's good.
Whatever Zach Volker was doing yesterday, that worked.
It was the off speed.
Yeah,
it was the off speed, the slider, and the changeup, and a little mix of the breaking ball. And you saw that he threw that early enough where it got Cotuit off balance. And then he started going with the fastball, but it just kept the hitters off balance tonight. They were searching fastball, they got fastballs, and
that's a base hit. Going to be extra bases as it goes over into the Hyannis bullpen. George Apple Banana gets out of the way. Ross picks it up, and there is a double for the Kettleers. You see a Hyannis player is slow to get back in, and sounds like the Cotuit fans did not like that the ball almost hit the screen over there, but I'm not really sure if the Harbor Hawks had much of a choice. It was George trying to get it out of the way of the field of play.
Which is the right decision.
Well, yeah, that's what happens when you have an exposed bullpen on both sides. So George Athanasiadis did the right thing, and now there's a runner on second still.
Yeah, it's also, what,
it is
9-0?
Mulaney on second base, Enrique Bradfield Jr. at the plate. Patrick Harrington has run his pitch count to 39. 29 strikes, 10 balls. 8.11 ERA, if that's what you're wondering out there. Runner goes, runner safe. So, you guys remember last night?
I wish I had a time machine and I could go back in time and just freeze that. You know, what's the quote from The Office?
Why would you freeze it?
What's the quote from The Office? You know, sometimes you don't know what when the good old days are until they're already gone.
You know, Zach?
Yeah?
There's a foul ball. I was going into that very nostalgic and sad. I think somehow you made me more nostalgic and sad.
Huh. Well, guess what? Tomorrow, if the Harbor Hawks can do what they did yesterday. Yes, no easy task.
That is true. If they can do that, I would be happy.
You know, there's two outcomes. You can either
win or
lose, and you can come out of tomorrow saying, I can't believe the season turned like that.
Ricky Bradfield Jr. skies that one on the left side again, near foul territory. Jeb going over, and it's going to land in the bullpen, God forbid.
Or you can come out of tomorrow and say, hey, remember when the Hyannis Harbor Hawks got drubbed in Game 2, and it didn't affect them into Game 3? I mean, I don't know why. Barring anything crazy today.
If you had a time machine, that's what you would do. Well, they gave you a time machine, and you went back to a baseball game.
No. That's a really impractical use of a time machine. But really, you know what it comes down to?
So many options.
Yeah.
Michelangelo? Archipelago? What is your favorite archipelago? Hawaii?
Maybe.
Yeah. Ricky Bradfield Jr. is going to sky another one out of play. Austin?
You know what?
You all right over there?
Yeah. Just enjoying.
What are you enjoying there, Austin?
This is.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Harrington.
Put the owl back on the desk.
Oh, good thing.
Happy? The 0-2. Hey! Foul tipped into the glove of Pancho Ruiz. Hyannis records their second strikeout in 7 innings. Harbor Hawks, Baseball Network.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need a partner, not just an agent. For over 50 years, Gibson Sotheby's International Realty has set the standard in excellence and performance. A seasoned team that has thrived throughout all markets. Our agents live and work in your neighborhood and understand you. We are over 170 agents strong, backed by an in-house marketing team and global reach that is second to none.
From studios to penthouses, purchasing to renting, our team provides unparalleled real estate services.
This is your time to change your career, to advance your skills, to follow your dream. Curry College continuing in graduate studies. Tomorrow is coming. Be ready.
I'm defeated, feel mistreated. I'm so angry, I'm singing a song. 'Cause I'm paying so much for home internet, and that's just wrong.
I've got T-Mobile home internet. I feel happy. Great. Very happy.
Good for you.
Look how much money I'm saving right now.
Wait, really?
There's no hidden fees, no price hikes, one cord.
Bro, wow.
Internet without
Well, happy 7th inning, and as we do here at the 7th inning at every game at McKeon Ballpark, we see what is in the box. If you don't know, the Harbor Hawk press box acts as kind of a storage unit of everything that you would never expect to be in a press box. We go find those random weird thing we can find in the box. I myself am wearing my T-Mobile sunglasses, so you don't see me cry on the air. Zach, what did you find?
Well, I was in the skybox earlier today, and as someone that goes to school in Missouri, someone spends a good amount of time in Kansas City, I love my barbecue, and what do I find but a Gates barbecue tray? Someone had to have stolen this from a restaurant at some due point in time, because you only see these in the restaurants in Kansas City.
You could sell that, I bet, for like a lot of money.
I'm sure.
Also,
I'm sure.
I have not blinked since we got back.
You should probably blink. I don't know if that's good for your eyes.
Also, what's in the box today? Hey, if you're a Hyannis Harbor Hawk fan out there are playoff T-shirts. Hey, you got the H 2022. Great day to be a Hawk. They say playoffs. That's also if you buy a T-shirt, if they still have them, you get a rally towel. You get a cool little the H rally towel. You got you have the Harbor Hawks Hyannis Harbor Hawk wristbands right there too. Guys, that's upside down. Well, it's kind of like the Hawks tonight. Guys, these are awesome. So that is what's in the box tonight. I'm Drake Toll. That is Zach Berman, Austin Dakuta, seeing a man about a horse, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Who do we got here, Zach?
We got Zach Chappell, a guy that we've seen a couple times this year. The Kettleers are throwing guys that, have been pretty familiar to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. We've seen Cohen a couple times. We've seen Chappell a couple times. Chappell out of UCF.
Swing and a miss. At the dish here for the Harbor Hawks is Dominic Patelli, donning number 36 tonight. It is 6, 7, and 8 due up for Hyannis, Patelli, Earhart, and Shonowell. Zach, you ever been at Lambert's where they throw the rolls?
Yes, I have.
0-1 from Patelli, grounded up the middle. The shift was on. Patelli is out at first base as Tommy Troy makes the play.
No, Lambert's pretty good.
Yeah, they throw the rolls to you. They got really big sides as well.
Yeah.
What else do they have? They have those cups.
No, I mean, Gates Barbecue, I'll confess.
That's not Lambert. That's Gates Barbecue.
No. The tray, it's not the best barbecue in Kansas City. I guess it's the most ubiquitous in a sense.
What does that mean?
It's ubiquitous, man. Get on the train. Gates Barbecue.
It's
succulent.
Ubiquitous as in, it's iconic. The brand is iconic. You go anywhere in the Midwest and you see Gates Barbecue sauce, in the condiment aisle of the
That's
supermarket.
weird. I had a girlfriend once. She was ubiquitous. Born in February. You get that?
I don't do the whole co-star birth month thing. So.
Oh, what?
The
co-star?
That's the app.
Like Emily Osment to Miley Cyrus?
No, it's the app that tells you the birth month signs.
Co-star? Is that what it's called?
Yes, it is.
Does your girlfriend have that?
Yes.
Really? No way. Drew Earhart sends that to right field. And down for a base hit, an extra base hit. It's off the wall. Drew. He is in at second base, safely standing up. Yesterday they did a little wolf thing where they, put their hands up and did the wolf's, quiet wolf signal. And
none of that down.
No, they haven't done very much of that today. It is 9-0.
At least the extra base hit got the dugout on the fence again, fired up a bit. So see if it carries over at all. Shonowell, new pitcher on the mound.
Yeah.
So
if you get 11 of those in a row, whole new ball game.
Well, the Harbor Hawks have seen Chappell 3 times. First time they didn't hit off him. The second time they scored 5 runs off him in an 8-3 loss. The third time they saw him, he went 1 2/3, allowed 1 earned run, 3 hits.
Those are a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Nolan Shonowell is.
Oh, that's quite the breaking ball.
Really good breaking ball. Shonowell dipped out. The ball looked at it was eye level. Finished around the numbers.
Yeah.
Not a strike, but heck of a pitch. Chappell, 87 and 91 with the fastball. Throws the changeup 2% of the time. So watch out. Catch you off guard. Throws the slider 4% of the. Oh, hey! He hit him. That's one of the Hyannis fans said. Apologize. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously no intent behind that.
I mean, in terms of hit by pitches, that's probably one of the more least harmful ones you'll see.
Oh, it's painful if you're Shonowell.
Painful, yes, but it wasn't particularly.
In fact,
thrown
that was
very
91
on the back. That's certainly
right in the spine.
That was yeah.
Oh, Zach, let's get you out there. I got the pitching machine before the game.
No, you probably need a little bit of ice.
Pinch hitter.
Pinch hitter looks like
Tito Flores.
Tito Flores.
You guys ever sit at home, think about Justin Hyannis?
I do.
I hope he's doing well.
300 hitter, drafted 12th round this year.
306, I think, finished out,
Cubs,
right?
we said, or
Braves.
The
That's
Braves.
that's
the
a Zach
Braves.
Berman question.
Brody McCullough was 10th round of the
Brody
Cubs.
was the Cubs.
Where's that guy?
Brody McCullough?
Yeah.
I believe he reported to rookie ball. Is that what it is?
Arizona or Florida?
Arizona, yeah.
Oh, jinx. Thanks, you guys. Oh, yeah, you scared me. Tito takes inside, and we're going to call that a strike.
I don't
That's
think
okay.
he's thrown yet in rookie ball. Nothing up on
Oh,
him.
he's probably thrown. Maybe not in a game.
Not in a game.
Yeah, I don't
not
think
in
he
a live
went
game.
there 2 weeks ago and has been sitting around.
No,
They won't let him throw. They shut him down for rookie ball. They paid him a gajillion. They paid him a pretty darn good chunk
Yeah, they
for
did.
a 10th round guy. I think he was above slot a little bit. Actually, I'm kind of talking on the butt right there. I don't know.
I think
don't
it was.
remember, so.
I don't remember, but it was. I know what it was around. I don't want to give out the wrong number, but yeah,
I mean-
Brody deserves whatever they give him.
$3 million.
Because that no, that guy's
$2 million?
Hold on. Wait.
So it was over 100K, but I don't want. We don't need to get into Brody's finances of what he got signed to.
Well, it is public knowledge.
It is public knowledge.
It is
yeah,
public
whatever
knowledge.
they're giving him, it's worth it because they got the Braves got a heck of a starting pitcher in Brody McCullough.
I think that was the Cubs, the 0-2, outside.
My
Yeah,
favorite
Cubs.
thing
It was
the Cubs.
Oh,
favorite
okay.
thing on Brody McCullough is, you know who he grew up rooting for as a kid? The New
The
York
Cubs.
Yankees.
Why is that your favorite thing about Brody McCullough? Of
I
all the
grew up a
things,
Yankee
he had
fan.
great eyes, tall guy.
95-mile-an-hour fastball with a 79-mile-an-hour breaking ball. But
One of
nope,
the-
he's a Yankees fan. I like him.
One of the more dominant guys we've seen in the league all year.
Yeah, he was good that one time against Michael Sansone. Tito Flores rips it to third base. The play at second is made. The play at first is not made. Throw gets away.
Okay.
Drew Earhart at third. Tito Flores at first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Riku's up here. Everybody in the ballpark knows Riku's game and the way that he stylistically plays baseball. Do you still bunt?
No.
With 2
Remember
outs,
that
you
one
can't.
time?
He did it. He's done it successfully.
Right.
Let's say that he has
Exactly.
bunted with 2 outs.
Remember that one
but
time the bases were loaded and Poncho was on third and there was a bunt? I
Yeah.
mean, get the offense going, get you a run home, maybe a bad throw.
Yeah.
Well, listen, 2 outs here, top of your order, and try to put something together. Get yourself a 2-out rally.
Well, Galaney's playing in on third.
You need several bloops and several blasts at this point.
Yeah, several's a way to put that. Oh,
Well, the
ball inside.
one bright spot is Chappell's command's been a bit off. He's come inside, he hit Shonowell, and now a couple pitches high and tight to left-handed hitters. We'll see if they can string anything together.
That is a bright spot.
Try to piece it together a little bit.
The 1-0. Eye level. We got any of that Kilwin stuff post-game today?
I don't believe so.
No.
Those are my favorite games, you know?
The Kilwin's ice cream after
Kilwin's game. That
two-
place is nice.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to need something after the game. I think ice cream's the
Good-
safest option.
Good cherry ice cream. I forget the exact name of the flavor.
Cherry Garcia?
cherry vanilla.
No, there's no
Cherry's
vanilla.
Jubilee. What do you mean there's no vanilla?
It's just
cherry. That
straight
is vanilla
cherry.
ice cream, but with cherries in it. Did you know that? You didn't know that? It's vanilla ice cream. There's just cherries in it, like strawberry ice cream. Same way.
Oh my gosh, I got it. I'm blanking on the name of this. Traverse City Cherry. It is awesome.
Wow. At Kilwin's?
At Kilwin's, you gotta get it.
In Hyannis.
In Hyannis.
Oh. Traverse City. The Pit Spitters. Big cherry town, by the way. Haven't said that on a broadcast. 2-1 in Nishida. Riku takes outside.
There you go.
Yeah,
One at a time.
Scoop says rally caps.
Yep. Rally caps,
Scoop.
rally owl. We got it
Yeah.
all going on up
Hope
here.
we got about 15 rally caps on there.
Rally owls, rally caps, rally. I don't think I'm wearing the glasses tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
wouldn't.
choice.
I wouldn't. No. They look great on you, by the way.
Well, thank you.
The Hawks just stink in them. 3-1.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Nishida's going to walk. And now the bases are juiced for one Mitchell Jebb out of Michigan State. Mitch Jebb, earlier this season, comes up to me pregame. I said, Mitch, what'd you do today? Mitch said, well, I went to a burger place and had lunch. I said, Mitch, what burger place you go to? He said, the Knack. I said, Mitch, the Knack's pretty good. And what'd you get? And we were having the conversation. He goes, yeah, but something funny happened. I said, Mitch, what funny happened? He said, I walked up to the counter, and the waitress was standing there. He said, I was wearing a ball cap, and I thought I was wearing my Hyannis ball cap. Waitress says, oh, hey, that's a really nice hat. He goes, oh, thanks. Play for Hyannis. And the girl gives him a really weird stare. I guess he was like, man, I guess she just didn't know what Hyannis was at the Cape Cod Baseball League. So Jeb walks out, thought she was cute, cool girl, whatever. Walks out. He's wearing a Yeti hat. Just said Yeti across. So the girl says, hey, nice hat. Sweet. Play for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, the story still gets me.
Wrong hat.
What?
She's probably, what is that response?
She goes back to her friends after the game. Yeah, I saw a really cute boy in a Yeti hat. Guess he plays for the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, random fun fact.
Yeah.
Nice hat. Thanks.
Sleep Metallica shirt. Oh, yeah. I work for Best Buy. All right. Cool, I guess.
Well, here he is. Coming up to the plate. The
weird
man himself.
Mitch Jeb steps in here. Down 9-0, but the bases are juiced. He could cut this lead in 47.5%.
Good math. Big time.
I don't think that math's correct, by the way.
Close
I do
close
not
to
believe
half,
it.
but not quite.
Yeah. What is that? What is
4
the number?
divided by 9.
Yep, that is what I'm looking for. Zach Berman?
44.44.
Oh,
that was pretty darn
dead close. Thank you, guys. Everybody. Oh, it's our producers. Give me a round of applause back there. One of ours, Ella Gibson's a math major at Texas Christian University.
Matt
what?
She's not a math major.
She's not?
Finance.
Been dating for
Close enough, though.
a year and a half, and I didn't know that. I'm
It's a
going to have
tough
to
scene.
buy an extra ginger ale tonight. Make up for that one.
Zero sugar?
Yeah, what chips you got over there?
Do they sell ginger ale at Kilwins?
Dipsy Doodle chips.
There you go.
You know what they say? Nothing quite like a Dipsy Doodle chip to melt the 9-0 pain away.
Oh, yeah, you got bases loaded here. Jeb's ahead 2-1. Might get a fastball inside. See what he can do.
Against Zach Chappell out
Yeah.
of North Florida. The Ospreys.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What about him?
Chappell's a North Florida Osprey. That's the
Oh.
mascot. You didn't know that, did you? 2-1 to Jeb. Oh, that's a ball.
I broadcasted a tournament at their basketball arena back in December.
Zach, I'm going to be
November.
honest with you here. That surprises me zero.
No. No, I went to Jacksonville
No?
to cover the
Zach is,
inaugural Jacksonville Classic.
Zach,
And I
where
almost-
haven't you been?
I think there's only 4 states you haven't been to, or 3?
Oklahoma, New Mexico,
Oh,
Alaska, Hawaii.
Mitch
And
Jeb.
Man, ahead 3-1.
that was ball 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. Well, that's okay.
All right, well, 3-2, 2 down now. Everyone's going to be in motion.
Yeah, no, you might as well hit a home run. You're right.
That would be cool.
There's
now,
a big
wouldn't it?
pitch for Chappell. And for the Hawks. At least want to scratch something across.
The count is full. Zach Chappell, the lefty on lefty. Mitch Jeb. The payoff pitch. Ball 4.
There you go.
Hey, and the Harbor Hawks have scored their first run
All right.
of the ball game to a resounding crowd of folks that stuck around here in Hyannis.
Yeah.
The bases are still loaded. It's 9-1.
Great
There is
crowd.
a Animal Planet video playing on the scoreboard of a hawk flying into the water,
Yes, you
picking
didn't see
up a
that?
fish, and they just played a hawk noise over the screen. Now
That's
the
the-
Get Loud soccer ball.
We haven't seen that in a while, have
That
we?
is a soccer ball that says Get Loud on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Hawk, anytime the Hawks score a run, you'll see that. You'll hear the screech, and then the video will play on the scoreboard.
That's a new addition
It
to the
is.
game day here. Thank you to Abby Stokes, who put that together pregame. She produces the broadcast here, and they're like, who runs the scoreboard? And she was like,
I guess.
I guess. Scream records a Hawk video.
There
Cole
we go.
McConnell is at the dish now.
Hey, some 2-out magic here. Get yourself some confidence. At this point, you got to chip away, but also you'd like to get some momentum, bottle it up, and bring it into tomorrow if you have to go to Cotuit. And
If you hit a home run here, you're only down by 4.
yeah.
So, you know what they say. A bloop and a grand slam.
Hey, 2-0 to McConnell now.
Well,
Here we go.
It would be.
What do you-
Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now, Zach, do that, man.
I don't want to clear the bases. I don't want to clear the bases now.
Okay.
Keep the conga line a coming.
I hate
Make
grand
pitchers
slams.
work from the stretch. I kind of, I agree with that theory.
Yeah. The 2-0 to McConnell. 3-0. Come on. 3-0. Yeah.
Nope.
That's a beautiful breaking ball. Comes in right at across the belt.
Where does it cross, though?
Right at the
I think
32.
that cross is a little high. No?
Still a good
it's a high breaking ball.
Chappell gets a
2-0, yeah, it's an obvious take there for McConnell. So 78 with the off speed.
Oh.
Cole swings and misses at a fastball in the inside corner.
Well, here you go. Gotta be able to get out in front of that fastball. Big spot here for Cole, and not only for now in this game, but to take some confidence with you down the stretch and maybe into tomorrow.
The lights are on in Hyannis. The bases are loaded in Hyannis. And the count, it's 2s all around. McConnell lines out.
Right at him.
Yeah, you know, it looked like maybe that ball was hit hard enough to carry over the head of today's second baseman, Trotter Harlan, but it was not. So the Price is Right music will play at McKeon Ballpark in a 9-1 game where we will see you in the top of the 8th on the Harbor Rock Baseball Network.
When you need a better place to work, Cape Space is the place to turn. In today's changing work environment, shared workspaces offer a flexible and affordable alternative to conventional office space. At Cape Space, we offer a wide range of membership packages to suit your professional needs, complete with office amenities like high-speed Wi-Fi, coffee, printing stations, reception service, and private meeting rooms. Visit our website today to learn more.
UFOs Active Recovery. Because life keeps you on your toes. Because you want to shine when you rise. UFO technology absorbs impact with every step, so your body doesn't have to. Because standing still gets you nowhere. Get yours today at ufos.com. Feel better. Feel the U.
Well, if you're sad, you've probably been watching the game since the first pitch.
You're probably a Harbor Hawks fan, too.
If you're happy, I hope you're enjoying watching from Cotuit. Hello. It sounds like the Cotuit fans are doing our favorite cheer. I say let's, you say go. Nothing gets them fired up more.
Let's
go.
Yeah.
I think that's my new favorite chant. I say let's, you say go.
Let's go who, you know?
Yeah, no. That one girl earlier, she was asking Harrison Cohen to go somewhere. So I don't know what was going on there, but hope they investigated that.
George Corona behind the dish instead of Pancho Ruiz.
Yeah, that is a great observation, meaning we will probably see Pancho Ruiz tomorrow.
Third straight day for Pancho. We'll see, though. Austin Amaral, your new pitcher. Right-hander from Stetson.
Also, look at this. Ha.
Hey, look at the bracket.
That's what they call that?
Yeah.
Falmouth, Bourne, Hyannis, Cotuit, YD Orleans, Brewster Harwich. And then a playoff graphic there brought to you by National Grid. 2022, year of our Lord, Cape Cod Baseball League playoffs. The Yoffs, as Zach Berman has called them pretty consistently. You know, I really wanted to go to Beachcomber tomorrow. Had it all mapped out, too.
Hey,
get there at 11 a.m. then.
One great comeback.
The game's going to start at 2, so there is a ball that is skied foul. We're still playing baseball here, and Trotter Harlan is at the dish. He is going to go over and say something.
Yeah, it would not surprise me if
Harlan
they start
is
the
now
game.
going to get just a little bit of, what are those? Is that tar? Is that pine tar? Is that
No. Spray on. It's like a spray stick almost.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Adhesive.
It's a spray stick. That helps, yeah.
Spray on stick.
No, it wouldn't.
That's what I use my deodorant every morning.
It wouldn't surprise me if they move the game up because, as we saw today at YD, it's definitely possible with the ballpark. Red Wilson didn't have lights, and that game carried over.
I don't wear deodorant. I just use my spray stick. What does it do?
Better grip on the bat.
Oh, as opposed to the 0-2. Hit past Nishida on the right side. Trotter Harlan has a base hit. Austin Amaral, as you mentioned, is in the ball game here. Austin, a guy that started quite a few games for Hyannis, had some starts where he struggled. He was really good, then had a couple of lapses, and so they brought him out in a bullpen role to try to get his confidence back, and today is a part of that.
He started the year just so good. I mean, efficient, who'd pitch
So
deep
good.
into ball games.
So good?
Yes, just like that. Pitching deep into ball games, effective, not many base runners allowed, and as the season progressed, he ran into Cotuit a couple of times. Those were his bad starts, were against these Kettleers, and it just carried over a couple of times. Now's a chance for him to get right, and if he can give you maybe the last couple innings here of scoreless work, that's a big boost to this pitching rotation that may need it if we're able to continue advancing in the postseason.
1-0 after Amaral goes in the dirt. He is facing Josh Pearson out of LSU. Pearson has been good at baseball. Double play ball. Riku Nishida played second. Yes. Played first. No.
Yeah, it looks like Pearson got him by a step heading down the line. And it was partially because Riku had to spin and throw to second base The ball being hit to his left a bit. Nice play by Nishida and Patelli to make it close, but a good out number 1 for Austin Amaral on the bump.
You guys remember that time that Riku Nishida caught that ball, threw it to first base?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while
insane,
ago, huh?
right? That was insane. I hope that they took heed of our warnings and sent that to ESPN.
Remember when Austin Amaral threw 6
take heed?
6 innings of 3 hit, 1-run ball at Bourne?
I hope they take heed of our warnings.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm looking for past tense.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cool when
Take
Austin
note.
Amaral did that.
I had a past tense.
Well, the last time Austin Amaral
Used it for college game day, left it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude, bad idea. Well, you think about this. If college game day comes to your school, called strike.
Hasn't come to Mizzou since 2010.
On Tom
Hasn't been to
Troy.
Dean College in ever, so.
Kirk Herbstreit, Lee Corso, roll up to Dean College.
Yeah, keep crossing those fingers that we get college game day at Dean College, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
I've been to game day twice, never at a Mizzou game, because I haven't been since 2010.
Oh. Well, Baylor's had a couple of them now, and you camp out all night, and then what do you do with your tent? You got to go into the game.
Yeah.
So my dad, who's listening tonight, he's probably not. Shorted tent. Sorry, Pa.
He's probably been looking for that thing, too. And
well, yeah, no kidding. In Arkansas, that was like the add-on to our house. Got running water when I was 14, electricity at 17. Got rid of the horse and buggy when I was 16.
They paved the road yet?
Right when I could drive, too. Right when I could start driving the horse and buggy, they got rid of it. Got a little Model T. We were good, real good. Every December, Dad would get a peppermint stick on Christmas morning. You come out, you feed the cows, you come back in, and there it is all wrapped up. 5 cents. Times have changed. 2-2. Yow! See ya.
I'm sure that's
Thomas
nice.
Troy trots to the dugout.
I'm sure that's nice.
Rare occasion to see a 92-mile-an-hour fastball freeze the guy who dominates the fastball pitch, and great job by Austin Amaral to just freeze Troy.
Hey, once upon a time, Tommy Troy hit a 3-run homer off of Austin Amaral.
Oh.
I'm sure that's nice for Troy to finally, or for Amaral to finally get, a semblance of, revenge.
So Troy sits down, Ryan Ignaffo comes up. I just put him on at this point.
Yeah, Ryan Ignaffo does not need any adjustment period. He just comes in and slugs, apparently.
No, Ignaffo won the home run derby and had 11 home runs.
Can they actually call it the home run derby in the NACBL?
They actually do call it the home run derby in the NACBL. They said,
and the
come
FCBL,
at me.
yeah.
I'm a man. I'm 40. Fine us. Story behind that. Major League Baseball, the Cape Cod Baseball League called it the home run derby, and the Major League Baseball was like, no, I'm pretty sure we have the rights to that. Cape League said, okay, we'll change it to
home run hitting contest where Cape Cod League players try to hit home runs.
Contest in which Cape Cod League players try to hit home runs.
Yeah.
So yeah, get that on a T-shirt, by the way. Bit of a mouthful, but unique branding to Hyannis, or Cape Cod. As you see for Hyannis, George Corona took that foul ball off the hand. So bring out Coach Beattie and the team trainer, Julia. Look at it, just popped up, caught him on the hand there, and so they'll check on him, and for the time being, we'll take it to a break, come back with hopefully good news.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future.
We bring it back early here. Corona is okay behind the dish. He's Ignafo. Skies one. To center field, Cole McConnell ranges over, and Corona stayed in the game, so we know that he's okay. Ignafo flies out, so that'll bring the Harbor Hawks up. They're down to their last 6 outs in this one. If they want to build some momentum, try to put something together before they go into tomorrow's game, or maybe make an unbelievable comeback late, now's their chance to do it. But first, we go baseline to Bria Losick.
Thanks, guys. With bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, the Harbor Hawks had a chance to chip away at Cotuit's 7-0 lead at the time. The next inning, they were in a similar situation and only got 1 run across. That's been a very common theme over the last stretch of the final games in the regular season for Hyannis. They have no trouble getting on base. They led the league in team OBP. They walked the most out of every team in the league and also struck out the least. The problem has been getting those runners home. That was a big reason for the Harbor Hawks going 4-6 in their last 10 games. During that stretch, they averaged leaving 6.6 runners on base. In their final regular season game versus Harwich, the Harbor Hawks stranded 12 runners on base. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bria, as always. Great stuff there, and we will show you, take you around the league here from McKeon Ballpark. Scores around Cape Cod and Wareham, who is not in the playoffs now. So Brewster 5, Harwich 1, so that's cool. YD 6, Orleans 1. YD, the coldest team on Cape Cod.
Still fighting.
They're about to win their second game and take the series against Orleans. Falmouth 11, Bourne 3. Falmouth
wow.
is going to force a game 3 tomorrow in Buzzards Bay. So for the Whitecaps and Harwich, that was a close game yesterday. Brewster walked it off, so they'll win that one in 2 most likely. And we are on the verge of seeing a game 3 here tomorrow, and by here I mean in Cotuit at Lowell Park.
In Barnstable, yes.
In Barnstable, yeah. We have Winky Face, Money Sign Tongue, checkmark, $, Fireheart.
They're excited
from
about Game 3.
Bitcoin in XYZ, earn money on the crypt. So shout out to those guys for all of your listener engagement today. Fans from across the world watching.
Yeah. And they're here to see a new pitcher on the mound, the right-hander Will Jacobson from Harvard. He's been using a variety of roles this season for the Kettleers. One of the rare arms that are left that started the year with Cotuit and has pitched the entirety of the season. And according to my notes, he was pretty solid, 2-0 on the year with an ERA under 3.
Pretty smart guy.
I'm surprised that they're using an arm like Jacobson now in an 8-run game in the bottom of the 8th. When just looking at his numbers, he seems like a kind of guy that you'd want in for a do-or-die game.
Well, remember,
they got Cam Schulke for tomorrow, the best reliever on Cape Cod.
Well, remember, too, they don't have an off day in the mix, so they really don't have that much of a rested bullpen. So they had to throw a plethora of guys yesterday. There's not really much left for Cotuit to throw, so why not throw Jacobson, who can work multiple innings? And in their ideal situation, he goes the 8th and the 9th for the Kettleers.
Stepping to the plate now for the Harbor Hawks. Austin, I'm having some trouble seeing. Is that Nolan Shonowell?
It's really impossible to tell, but it looks like Jackson Ross.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I looked at the number, and it turns out it is Jackson Ross. Okay.
Oh, got a little conference here.
Well, yeah, you can see that first pitch.
Yeah. Didn't even happen.
It's really off, and Loma Vida, you could tell he was upset, so they'll go back out. Wish we'd have got a shot at that. Mike, do we have a replay?
That was
okay. Perfect. Well, they're not going to count it, actually, so we're just going to stay at 0-0. No. It's not. We didn't have any time to do this between the innings, so glad they're getting that out of the way. And to the plate comes Jackson Ross. Jackson Ross plays at Florida Atlantic University in
Boca Raton.
Yep.
South Carolina.
It's Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
How? Jeez. What are they paying you?
Same as you.
Cut it in half.
It's impossible. Hey, one thing I learned in my limited math classes as a journalism major, can't divide 0.
No, you
Still
can't.
0.
You can't. I learned that much from ideas in mathematics, where we solely talked about what it would be like, the idea to do math. A lot of athletes in that class. We all bonded. Jackson Ross is down 0-1. Fouls one off. I'm starting to realize, the longer this game goes on, the more I realize I forgot to have lunch today.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Well, no, I didn't. I had lunch.
What'd you have?
Well, my host mom comes home today, and she said, I'm renting. She's not a host mom, but she's like a mother.
Uh-huh.
So, rent mom. She's hosting me. I'm paying to be hosted by a mom. Jackson Ross 0-2, by the way. I'll get to that after this pitch.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Almost hits him in the head. She comes home, has a brown paper sack, which is how they do it up here. They don't do that in Texas. They have plastic bags.
No, that's very much a Northeast thing of the brown paper bags.
What does she do? She opens it up. Tyson Anytizers.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Priscilla Merritt. Huge. She goes, hey, I'm having some of these. How cool is that? Jackson Ross sends that one foul. When your host mom parent says, I've got some Tyson Anytizers that I'm eating for lunch. Want to share them? So we sat there at the kitchen counter. We ate those Tyson, and she made homemade honey mustard.
Wow.
Had some Tyson Anytizers. You know where Tyson started?
Nope.
Great state of Arkansas. Great state of Arkansas. Yep, Tyson.
It's not where Walmart started.
Springdale. Yeah, Walmart, also from Arkansas. Bentonville. And you drop the L.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Doesn't
you?
matter
You might
at
as
this
well.
point.
At this
I
point,
mean-
just throw it out the window. Swing and a miss. Zach, what'd you have for lunch?
What did I have for lunch? I had some
soup.
No, grilled chicken and brown rice.
Grilled chicken and bread. You make it yourself.
No. Trader Joe's is like the frozen grilled chicken strips.
Oh, you could have said yes.
No.
You don't want to lie. Man of your word, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I could say about you, Zach. Never lied to me.
The catcher from Louisiana.
It's
right.
It's 9-1.
Austin,
Gosh.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go on a limb. Yeah. I'm at minus 200 odds. You didn't have lunch today.
I did have lunch today, surprisingly. I did. I fit it in between work and the drive here.
Against the odds.
Yeah.
George Corona's at the dish, takes a ball outside. His first at-bat of the playoffs.
How bad was the bridge traffic today?
Not the worst. It's
The
been
BT,
much worse.
as the locals call it.
Right. Bridge traffic. It wasn't that bad of a ride, actually.
What did you have? I don't want to leave you out of the conversation.
I had Chinese food for lunch. $5 special.
Well, that's kind of vague. Swing and a miss. Chinese food.
I did. Yeah, it was
What is that?
White
Orange
rice,
chicken?
broccoli,
White rice.
spare ribs, and chicken.
Oh, Chinese spare ribs.
Homemade?
Always.
No, so one of my employees at the golf place that I run, his parents own the Chinese shop. So anytime, any day, I can get the normal meal for $5.
Why doesn't he work at the Chinese restaurant?
That's a great question. I ask him that all the time.
You're just paying him that well? Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
I am a sucker.
What is he
for,
making, by the way?
Scoop, I wish they would take Walmart back. Walmart's in Bentonville, Arkansas, despite the fact that it was founded by, a Mizzou grad.
Sam Walton?
Sam Walton.
Who gave every single dime he ever made to the University of Arkansas.
I know.
Take that. That in your coffee pot and drink it.
Oh, what a great pitch by Jacobson.
You had to, it was.
That
Great-
breaking ball just
That's
came
true.
across the plate, froze Corona, and that's the way it's been going tonight for the Hawks.
Froze Corona.
Shortstop.
Now, what's so funny is
what is funny?
to
Am I gonna
circle
laugh?
back on Chinese
How,
food.
what fun? To circle back on Chinese food.
The founder of Panda Express, Andrew Chang, did graduate from the University of Missouri.
That is hilarious, actually.
Is Panda Express Chinese?
It's Americanized Chinese. It's not authentic by any stretch.
Americanese. All right.
Not authentic by any stretch. It is good.
It is good. No, you're right. You're right. I do like Panda. There's a Panda Express on Baylor's campus.
They're opening one in the Missouri.
What are you doing with that owl over there, huh? Yeah,
Holding it up,
Be
getting some
easy
luck,
with it.
man. Yeah.
We spent like $4 on that thing. You gotta
Have we named
take
the
it
owl
easy.
yet?
I don't think we need to at this point.
Ozzy and Harriet.
Those are the Hawks. Ha. Watch, you
You
get
told
us.
me yesterday this thing was a hawk.
Yeah, Nick Johnson placed that in our booth in Cotuit yesterday, and I asked him, I'm like, what is it? He goes, it's a hawk. I'm like, no, Nick, it's an owl. He goes, no, it's a hawk. And that was the end of the conversation we
Yeah,
had.
he's the GM. That guy's going to win.
Yeah.
10 times out of 10.
Well, Patelli's got a hitter's count here. Maybe gets a fastball to do some damage on.
2-0 from Jacobson.
Yeah,
all the way. Yeah.
Got the fastball.
Panda Express on Baylor's campus. Charlie Brewer, saw him in there one time.
Who?
Austin, who's Charlie Brewer?
Yeah, I think we both know. I don't know the answer to that.
I knew that.
Baylor quarterback.
Yep.
Oh.
He did do that.
Is he playing the NFL?
Oh, tough
Yeah,
subject.
makes
Still
sense.
at I think he's still at Liberty.
Yeah, he's 26 years old. He just
Still in
transferred to his
college.
third college.
No, you're talking about Brandon Whedon.
Oh, no. Brandon Whedon was 28 when he played for Oklahoma
Ah.
State. You know why?
Why?
He played baseball originally for the New York Yankees and their organization. Never understood that. That ball didn't come down, by the way.
No, it didn't come down. There were a couple fans that were waiting for the ball to
That
come
ball
down,
got stuck in the
and
tree.
it's still stuck in the tree.
That ball got freaking stuck in the tree. Brandon Whedon played the Yankees organization. I don't know how you can play minor league baseball and then play college football. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, if you didn't use your eligibility in the NCAA. J.R. Smith played 15 years in the NBA, now plays golf for.
Yeah, that's a great point. North
somewhere.
Carolina A&T?
I think that might be it.
UNC Asheville, maybe.
Mizzou just landed our top
UNC.
quarterback recruit since Drew Lock in Sam Horn, and we were all very nervous.
Where is this one going?
Because he was projected to be a top 2-3 pick in the MLB draft.
Oh.
And we were all very nervous that he was going to get drafted because he was seriously considering choosing baseball. And I guess GMs held off. I guess they knew that he was going to. Oh, there you go.
Somebody told me that Kyler Murray played baseball.
Played in the Cape Cod Baseball League, in fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, it's 9-1 here. We'll see you in the top of the ninth on the other side of this one on the Harbor Rock Baseball Network.
Diet Coke? Were you my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done it, did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
Well, it's a lot of runs to a little run today. I'm Drake Toll alongside Zach Berman and Austin Akuta. And guys, you've got to respond tomorrow or your season's done.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, 9 runs, obviously not a great number to allow, but when you're only scoring 1, that's not going to win you many playoff games here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. So that's the more concerning part for me. Obviously, Magdale Cotto's start didn't go as planned, and Harrington kind of was in that mop-up role for an extended period of time. So, the 9 runs are 9 runs. It is what it is. But if you're only going to score 1, I think to me that's the more concerning part. And how they respond tomorrow is it determines their season, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, the name of the game is Harrison Cohen. 6 runs. 6 innings.
Yeah, that sounds better.
No runs, 5 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. The Harbor Hawks haven't walked anybody. Today.
That's a good tidbit.
And one of our producers getting pretty excited back there. A little round of applause from them. Thank you. Cotuit has Sam Ruda at the dish here.
Yeah, first at bat of the night for Ruda after pinch running, I believe.
Yeah, scored a run earlier. Oh, fouls that right off the helmet of George Corona. You see, he threw the helmet down. That guy's getting beat up behind the dish.
Yeah, he's only come in for what, 2 innings of work.
Yeah,
and
they just
poor guy.
Pounded the poor guy. Well, if you're out there listening,
thank you.
I just threw a dirt clump. Thanks, Blue. He just chunked a dirt clump. Tomorrow is Game 3 of this series. Win or go home. Amaral gets a big cut and a miss from Ruda, and the count is now 1-2.
And it's so tough because, yeah, it's win or go home, and you're going to have 2 teams playing with the utmost desperation, but at the same time, actually, no, my argument is now completely flipped on its head.
What? Did he go? He absolutely went. Oh, that's okay.
So, I mean,
because both Bourne and Falmouth are likely going.
What were you going to say, Zach? What's happening here?
What were you trying to
do?
For whatever reason, I read Bourne 11, Falmouth 4, and I figured, oh boy, Bourne's going to have a day of rest for whoever wins. But no, that's not the case. They're playing tomorrow as well.
And they're losing by 7 right now, yes.
Barring anything crazy.
Well, the good news for tomorrow is you have your best relievers available. In addition to Jake Perry giving you the start, you still have Langenberg, you still have Jordy Allard.
Driver.
I wouldn't consider him a reliever at this point, but I guess if you need him for an inning, I mean, you probably want to save him for when
I'd probably save Strickland now because you have Allard still. Swing and a miss! Strikeout. Because you have Allard still, I'd probably save Strickland for the fact that if you still have to think about if you win that game tomorrow. Granted, you do everything you can to win it to stay alive, but if you win that game, you can't just go in and have nothing.
Well,
for
that's the thing. You
second round.
can't come in tomorrow, pitch Jake Berry for 4, then go Driver 2, Strickland 2, you know what I mean, Langenberg 2, and then have no starting pitchers for the next series. So
Probably go Berry 4,
Langenberg,
Allard 4,
Allard.
and then Langenberg shuts down the last inning.
Can Allard go that long?
You also have
go pretty long.
Tommy O'Rourke is another.
Thomas, yes.
Steinhauer could go.
Steinhauer.
Weston Burton's out there.
Santala's not going to pitch for the Harbor Hawks.
No, Santala's gone.
You could go Holland Towns.
Neither is Isaiah Rhodes out there?
Yes, he is. Saw him today.
You could go Rhodes. You could go Towns. By the way,
saw him today.
Holland Towns still really did impress me in that Tuesday game.
This game?
Yes.
No chance it's real.
Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah.
That's Isaiah Rhodes.
Not on the mound. It's Austin Amaral. He's looked good, though.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he has. I like this guy.
No, tomorrow what I would expect,
No.
I think it
No?
goes
What?
Barry, Strickland.
Rhodes hasn't pitched
I don't
today.
think you throw Strickland tomorrow. I don't know. It's
Strickland has been so
But
good
you need
against
it.
Cotuit
You
this
can't.
year,
He's got
though.
to start in round 2 if to go to round 2. Caleb
true.
Lomavita.
Man.
Jeez. That is
Caleb Lomavita just continues to do damage.
That is hit number 16. So I'm gonna hope that Mike Roberts is laying in bed tonight and thinks, probably shouldn't start Lomavita tomorrow. Like he did in game 1.
Yeah, that's
I like that idea.
I don't know if that will happen because Caleb Lomavita has clearly made a big difference tonight with the bat and defensively. I mean, the way he's called the game, hats off to Caleb Lomavita for a job well done behind the dish.
Not Austin. Zach.
Yeah.
What's the weather look like tomorrow in Cotuit, Massachusetts?
From my, is that staking low?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be hot again.
Oh, okay, that's a good guess as you're looking it up.
86 and partly cloudy.
In Cotuit.
In Cotuit.
86 probably. Okay. What's a real field temp? Any of that at like 2?
It's not going to give me humidity. Not that early.
You got to get a better. You need a different app. I bet Google would do it. It would actually. The 1-0. Taken low for a ball.
Yeah, at Eddie Park, the one guy really who's hitless today in the starting lineup for the Kettleers, 0 for 4. Everyone else has a hit.
Huh. How about that? Of their 16.
Yeah.
They've shared
it.
Shared the wealth.
Yeah. They've spread it out.
You think about a team.
Well, 6 of them have multi-hits, too. So.
Yeah. Think about a team. But you have to. 16. You got to have a couple guys. One guy can't have it.
Well, it depends how many times you get up. Somebody goes 7 for 7.
Yeah. That's still not 16. Not
Whatever.
even half of 16, actually.
Well, everyone else has 1.
Yeah. No,
Let's count them up.
But everybody
2
else
for
is
Troy,
1
2
for
for
7.
Nafo.
Yeah,
Well, that has walked a lot.
2 for
Well, it's
Lomavita.
possible.
I mean,
a lot of walks, a lot of
realm
ground
that.
outs.
It's never happened.
Right.
No chance it's ever happened.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. You got a guy that went 7 for 7 in your hypothetical scenario as player of the game?
Right.
He
Has that ever
wasn't.
happened in the
Turns
Cape Cod
out
baseball
their
league?
pitcher threw a perfect game.
Right? Yeah. That would be it. How about Austin Amaral, though, out of the bullpen? 1 1/3 so far. And
how about him?
See what he can do here on 3-2 to Park. You got to come in the zone.
3-2 to Eddie Park. Foul ball. Amaral did just get a strikeout. The Harbor Hawks have not done a lot of that guy today.
Yeah,
They
4
struck out a ton of dudes yesterday.
2 for Harrington, 2 for Amaral,
Yeah,
4
only 4.
total for the Hawks.
13 strikeouts yesterday, and then today they decided.
I mean,
that's not.
You got to credit Cotuit, changing their approach a bit, shortening up their swings, and the 2-strike hitting today has been so impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
Magdala Lakota was ahead on 7-8 guys, 0-2,
Absolutely.
1-2, and Cotuit just put the ball in play, and good things happened.
There is an out.
Oh, what
and
a
an
throw.
out. A double play. Dom Patelli.
Wow.
Sends the top of the 9th packing. And the Harbor Hawks, with their last chance to make a late comeback and whip out some magic when we come back on the Harbor Hawks
Baseball Network.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust.
Hi. Oh, this is amazing.
Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
I pull in, and I'm in the driver's seat. So, are we live? Are we live right now? Oh, shoot. Drake Toll. A couple of blonde guy and a couple of guys without blonde hair. Zach Berman and Austin Decuda are those guys to my left. Austin.
Yeah.
You said.
Well, look at the weather tomorrow in Cotuit, where the Hawks will very likely, barring a 9-run
How
rally
likely?
here. I'd say if we had the, Fangraphs odds, it'd be Cotuit win probability 99%.
Fans, I think you're thinking of the Lycometer is what they call that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
That what?
I don't think you've made it to senior year journalism, have you?
Lycometer?
Lycometer.
No, Fangraphs.
It gives you the likelihood that a team's going to win. That one's skied
Well,
way
anyways.
up. Lomavita back. Lomavita at the wall. It bounces in the crowd.
Tomorrow we'll be in Cotuit, very likely around 4 o'clock first pitch. We haven't got word on the official start time, but it's going to be about 85 degrees, 76% humidity, 16-mile-per-hour wind. It's going to be a little sunny, a little cloudy. Thanks, Scoop, for the scoop on the weather report tomorrow.
Hey, Scoop has been
Scoop with the K.
Our guy.
Scoop with the K. At the dish, Drew Earhart. He has a brother.
Oh, my.
And he has a line out.
What a play.
Delaney dives, completely just lays out, and makes the catch.
That's just the way it goes some nights in the game of baseball.
John Prine said it. That's the way the world goes around. Half an inch of water, you think you're going to drown.
How many times have the Harbor Hawks made hard contact tonight and it's found a glove?
Too many.
About 9. More or less. I think 9's a pretty good number. Hyannis has struck out tonight.
8 times.
Oh, 8 times.
Cohen with 3 or 5 and Jacobson.
It's really
with
not
3.
that bad at all. You keep
No.
it under double
No,
digits.
yeah.
You're
No, exactly.
making a lot of contact.
That's not really that bad, yeah. I mean, it's really not that bad at
We've
all.
also only walked twice.
You know, we've had people out there that have tuned into today's broadcast.
We have a lot of people.
1,100 of them. So,
Thank
hey,
you to all
everybody.
of you who have tuned in.
Just want to say thank you so much to those who watched the game tonight and joined us. Again, myself, Drake Toll, Zach Berman, Austin Decuda, our production team, impeccable. Mike Maynard running the camera over here to my right. I feel like, you know, the lead singer of the band, when they do like they start pointing guys out.
Uh-huh.
And from Seattle, Washington, behind me, our producer, Ella Gibson. Give it up. I got to my left, Denver, Colorado, Abby Stokes.
Another great producer.
So,
Mike, where are you from?
Here. He's from here.
Yeah.
From right here, McKeon Ballpark, Mike Maynard. Bria Losick from Fremont, Nebraska. And
No,
Zach Berman
Columbus,
from
Nebraska.
Zach, I think you're from about 7 states.
Yeah, technically, if we're talking real talk, Jersey Shore.
We have Austin Decuda from Wellesley, Massachusetts.
That's it.
You are the... Hey, Austin, congrats on getting that Northeastern Native Broadcaster of the Year award.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Nolan Shonowell has a 3-2 count here. Well, he had a camera go down. So just as we were saying thank you to all who watched today, you get the just the front side of Nolan Shonowell there, the lefty. Righty on lefty. It is still Jacobson on the bump here. He calls time.
You had a home
The guy's
run
shaking.
yesterday.
He's so
That was
nervous.
cool.
3-2 pitch. Scoop is from Lulu, Florida. So not Drew Earhart's dad. Sorry, Zach Berman. Foul ball. We're doing a guessing game on who Scoop is, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Where is okay?
But yes, to our entire production crew here. I mean, I'll say it, and it may be the narcissist. I mean, I don't think you can find. I mean, just what our production crew has put together on this broadcast is unbelievable,
top to
impeccable.
bottom.
I mean, it's top tier on Cape Cod. It's tough to find anything better than that. And it's just the work that Mike Maynard, Ella Gibson, and Abby Stokes have put in. As Shonawell takes down outside for ball 4, it is a lot of hard work, hours that go unnoticed outside of the ballpark, showing up at the ballpark 3.5 hours early, stuff like that they've gone through and done this summer to give us the product that we have. I mean, we effectively get to show up every day, throw on a headset, and sitting in front of us are these graphics and these tickers and all these stats and everything. And I think it goes overlooked and unnoticed, especially by people that are watching, because you never really think about that. But the production team behind it has been unbelievable this entire season.
I am tempted to say that we do not just have the best production crew in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Say America, say America, say America.
But in the entirety of American collegiate summer baseball.
Hey, yeah, oh yeah. If the Cape League is A1, we're off. Dude, I was watching Savannah. How do you say that?
Savannah Bananas?
Savannah Bananas?
Savannah Bananas.
Rite, su número de seguro social, por favor. That got Zach. I was watching Savannah Bananas, and I think we have a better production than Savannah Bananas.
I mean, yeah, no, we don't wear banana suits to games, but...
Ball inside. We don't wear banana. You were Buddy the Elf that one time. I was a pizza.
It was crisp.
Austin Dakuda wore a sombrero.
Yeah.
You got away with it, too. It's a good sombrero. A Philly sombrero. Whatever happened to that?
It's in the back of my car.
Oh, just toasting.
Well, my car's not here today, though.
How did you get here?
Different car.
What?
Oh, crazies.
Crazies? Plural?
Yeah, many of them.
How many? Yeah. There'll be about 3 of them after this game.
Yeah.
We're all sitting right here, too. Watch out, folks. And it's 2-1 on Tito Flores. Swing and a miss.
There you go.
Out of Michigan. You know what they call people? Don't answer this, Zach. You know. I know you know. Austin, what do they call people from Michigan? Don't look it up. Do not look it up. You knew I was going to call you out for looking it up on the air.
Michiganites?
Yep, that's it. You got it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Michiganders. I know it. Zach Berman. This guy's a geography wizard.
Oh.
He hit him. Tito Flores will trot over to first base. If that happens 10 more times,
you're in business.
That's a really painful rally.
Bro, this time on the 79-mile-an-hour pitch, it's painful, but Nolan Shonwell takes 91 to the back, and Zach Berman says it doesn't hurt.
That rally would also include Tito getting hit twice. You got
poor guy.
You are mobbing each
some
other.
Ejections. You're probably, if 10 guys get hit in a row.
You are mobbing each other with bags of ice as you celebrate the win.
If 10 guys get hit in a row.
This game started like 90 degrees.
That is
so
the
I don't
opposite
think
of
we got
our.
any ice left. It's all water.
I mean, we already saw
It's
one.
the opposite of our 8 guys go 1 for 7. One guy goes 7 for 7.
We already saw one bench
which
brawl
was only
yesterday
15 hits,
in the
by the
league.
way.
We don't need another.
And the other pitcher plays a perfect game.
Listen, bottom of the 9th inning
listening.
here. 1 down. Hawks have a chance to put a rally together and give you some momentum heading into tomorrow.
Ball outside on Riku Nishida. You're at the top of the lineup, too.
It sounds crazy, but it's something players will remember heading into the next day. Okay, my last at bat at the plate, what did I do? I got a hit, or I got on base. It gives you a
Would
little
you
bit
say
of
that
something.
you had a hit?
Yeah, you could say that.
See what I did there?
There you go, Riku.
There's another ball. See what I did there? Did you?
Yep, I got it. So, I mean, just piece it together, guy by guy. Obviously, you're down 8 here with 1 down in the last possible outs for you. And you're thinking, okay, we're out of this game. I could go mail it in. But why not piece together some good at-bats, get yourself into a rhythm that can carry you over into Game 3 tomorrow?
2-0. Nishida, double play ball. Out at second. Throw to first. There is none. Runners in the corners and 2 down here.
I'll give you
Got to bring Mitch Jebb to the plate. And Zach, what is just off the top of your head, you don't even know this, off the top of your head, you can't, I hope you know it, I feel like you would. What is the largest comeback ever in the 9th inning?
Well, I have it right in front of me.
Why, Zach?
Down
I literally,
13.
it's a softball. I lobbed it. You could have said it like it was off the top of your head. I pitched it to you.
Yeah.
Again, you're a better man than me, Zach. What is it?
April 25th, 1901, the Detroit Tigers were down 13-4 in the bottom of the 9th and came back to beat the Milwaukee Brewers 14-13.
It's more than 8 runs. That's what the Arbrox are down here. Austin, what are you Googling over there, huh?
I was just looking at our beautiful broadcast feed.
Oh.
Well, it's been long night here at McKeon Park.
Yeah.
It's
only 3-hour game, though.
I mean,
really a short game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from the start, we kind of talked about it. This is the flip of what happened yesterday at Lowell Park. The Hawks yesterday, they out-hit Cotuit. They outscore Cotuit. They make less errors than Cotuit. You come back tonight, you're at home. You think, okay, we have some momentum, and it just, from the get-go, it wasn't there tonight for the Hawks. Cotuit outscores them. They out-hit them by 10, and Cotuit makes one less error than the Hawks, and it just was not a great game on all fronts tonight for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
You know, a Cotuit intern, Joe Pratt, told me yesterday what a Kettleer is.
What is a Kettleer?
I don't know. The O2, outside.
There you go, Mitch. Good take there.
Apparently, the land that Lowell Park is on was sold once upon a time for a kettle and a hoe.
That's where the name comes from?
So, I guess the guy that bought it, they were like, you're a Kettleer. Stuck. 1-2 to Jeb.
Oh.
Hey, Cole McConnell. You didn't see that on the broadcast, but that ball went off a pole, and the batter on deck, Cole McConnell, caught it. Also,
he's got a giant rip in his pants.
Yeah, Cole McConnell's got a blown tire back there, right on the right cheek. Mitch Jeb down on the count, 1-2. I'm down on the count. Well, 2 down, runners on the corners. Jeb sends that one with a charge, foul. Into the trees. That one, oh, jeez. That'd be a not fun souvenir. That hit a fan in the thigh.
Let's go, Will.
Oh, yeah. He really needs that confidence boost.
And Mitch Jeb protect the plate there on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Good swing there by Jeb to fight it off, and see if he can do that again here, at least put the ball in play.
William Samuel Jacobson III. The righty is on the bump. He sets ahead 1-2 against Mitch Jeb. Michigan State product. Ball's dealt home, and Jeb fouls it off. Right at the ball, boys. There's a net there. They scattered.
Another good piece of hitting there by Mitch. Just fighting it off, staying alive.
There's a song about that.
Bee Gees?
No, George Michaels. What are you looking up now, huh? You just kind of get lost in a loophole there on Wikipedia?
Yeah, I was looking to find. I was trying to find like the official like.
Wikipedia can't lie. It's where all the people across the world come together to put all the brains together. So it must be true.
The official like retelling of like the Kettleer like.
The 1-2. We will see you tomorrow night. The Harbor Hawks fall in this one by a final score of 9-1, and that will do it for us from McKeon Park. We'll see you at Lowell tomorrow. We don't have an official game start time, but it'll be winner-take-all Game 3 as Hyannis won Game 1 9-4. They lose Game 2 9-1, and things aren't over yet, but they just got a whole lot more interesting. Austin, the Roll-A-Bump Limited Player of the Game.
Oh, I'm going to guess we'll give it to Austin Amaral.
Yep.
I mean, guy comes in 2 innings of scoreless relief work, and that's big for you. You save some of your best arms for tomorrow, and you back at it again with a chance to either going home or you're going to the next round. And, well, we'll see what the Hawks are made of tomorrow night at Lowell Park.
Can we give it to Scoop?
Zach Berman, no.
Oh.
Who would, what, you have any disagreement?
No, I think it's Amaral.
Yeah, great job by Austin Amaral. Come in 2 innings of scoreless relief. Some big confidence boost for the pitching staff. Finish off the game with a couple of scoreless innings. So,
well, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. Never count your money.
Kenny Rogers.
You're sitting at the table. Time enough for counting when the dealing's done. And today, the Harbor Hawks lost 9-1. So I'm Drake Toll. That is Austin Dakuta and Zach Berman. We have Mike Maynard on the camera today. Our producers, Ella Gibson and Abby Stokes. Our sideline reporter, Bria Losick. For all of us here at the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, live from the Tim Elstrom Broadcast Center, we will see you again tomorrow night as the Harbor Hawks and the Cotuit Kettleers play a winner-take-all from Lowell, and Austin Dakuta will be on the call for it. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for your hospitality and listening to our broadcast tonight.